Bom dia, clã! Sejam muito bem-vindos a mais uma live aqui no Ataque Crítico, nossa cobertura aqui da Gamescom. Hoje nós vamos fazer a cobertura do Xbox at Gamescom Broadcast. É uma live que ano passado também a gente cobriu, uma live que ela é bem extensa, tá? Eles vão... É uma live pra gente poder pegar tranquilidade, pega aí seu cafezinho, pega aí tua água, pega aí teu café da manhã. Você tá trabalhando aí, pô, deixa de fundo tranquilo, porque... Normalmente, né, se a última live do ano passado servir de exemplo pra gente, vai ser uma live onde eles vão sentar com alguns desenvolvedores, vão conversar bastante. Tem alguns casos que nem mostra tanta gameplay assim, mas tem outros casos que eles já vão fazendo um deep dive em algumas coisas. E muitos jogos já foram anunciados, a gente já viu algumas vezes. O interessante dessa live aqui, pra mim, eu acho que é o ROG Ally, porque a gente vai ver ele em ação pela primeira vez. Então vamos ver como é que ele vai se sair, já que já saiu o preço oficial dele em dólar. É $900 o modelo mais potente dele, que dá o dobro do preço do Nintendo Switch 2. Então será que ele vai entregar o dobro da performance que o Nintendo Switch 2? Então vamos dar uma conferida aqui. Mas antes de mais nada, vamos mandar um salve pra galera que já tá aqui com a gente na live. Salve aí, Rafael, salve aí, Aquino. Tamo aí com o Brandão, o Omega Nerd, tamo aqui com o Felipe Grande também, o Washington Ricardo. Fala aí, Johnny, como é que vocês estão, meus queridos? Trabalhando aqui assistindo, vamos que vamos. Essa live vai ser longuinha, cara. Acho que deve estar umas 2, 3 horas de live. Geralmente é uma coisa bem longuinha. Ah. Fala aí, David Ling. Fala aí, Marco. Joe Beats tá aqui com a gente também. O Ramon Figueira. Fala aí, Lucas Soares. Rafael, como é que vocês estão, meus bons? Meu sonho tem uma barba toda fechada assim. Cara, minha barba não é fechada, mano. Ela só parece que é, ó. Se eu for levantar aqui. Ela não. Eu não tenho tanto pelo assim, não, velho. Queria ter uma barba fechadona também. Mas. Você tem que deixar ela crescer o bastante que ela tampa as falhas, entendeu? Aí dá pra fazer. Casei o gameplay do Hack na GameSpot, eles conseguiram mostrar bem mais coisa. Pô, a gente botou aqui agora, velho. Eu acordei mais cedo pra poder ir na academia, né? Antes da live aqui. Acordei e falei, o gameplay do Resident Evil. Eu falei, pô, não vou mais na academia, né? Aí eu fui, gravei, desenho um reactzinho aqui no canal. Rapidinho, postei pra vocês. E boa. Na academia aqui, já com você. Boa, pai. Pô, queria ter ido na academia hoje, cara. Mas pelo menos teve gameplayzinha de Resident Evil 9, né, pra nós. Agora, inclusive, eu fico com um questionamento, né? Já que saiu essa gameplay aí do Renove, o que eles vão mostrar do Resident Evil 9 na Future Game Show, que é hoje, às 3 da tarde. Nós vamos cobrir, tá? Sendo que já mostraram aqui a gameplay. Talvez eles peguem a gameplay que foi mostrada e faz mais um deep dive, eles dão uma destrinchada um pouco melhor do que a gente viu, né? Então, tô um pouco curioso para ver o que eles têm para mostrar. Leon, eu acho que vai ficar pra TGS ou aquela apresentação que vai ter no dia da BGS, né? Do Capcom Presents. Quem sabe o Leon é revelado ali. Ou será que é só na TGA? Questionamentos. A GameSpot mostrou algumas mecânicas a mais do que Infant Terrible. Teve mais mecânicas? Pô, eu achei que era um B-roll, mas depois eu fui ver a Digital Foundry e eles gravaram, né? Então não foi B-roll, a galera conseguiu gravar. Bem legal. Pô, depois vamos dar uma olhada então, hein? Depois do caralho, vamos olhar agora. Vamos ver, não tá fazendo nada, tá esperando aqui? Vamos ver. GameSpot Resident Evil 9. 2 meses atrás. Tarará, tarará. Cadê? Vamos ver. Pô, eles jogaram também o Blood of Dawnwalker, hein? Pô, bacana pra gente poder fazer vídeo depois também. 15 minutos de Pragmata! Nossa, vai ter muita coisa pra gente reagir, clã. Muita coisa legal aqui. Gameplay de Silksong também eles postaram aqui agora. Meu Deus, saiu muita coisa, pô. Caraca. Pô, esse evento aí da Microsoft vai ter que surpreender, porque tem muita coisa boa saindo agora, velho, na GameSpot. Deixa eu ver se... Eles dividiram aqui, ó. Mecânica de terceira pessoa. Vamos trocar aqui pra vocês.
my thoughts, make sure to check out the Summer Game Fest preview.
Aquela parte aí que a gente viu, né? Aí ele se ocupa primeiro no menu, não mostrou como é que é a troca do menu, né? Inclusive é isso, né? Pra trocar não é rápido, né? Você tem que ir no menu de options. Tem alguns jogos que você troca, tipo, você aperta um botão e trocou, né? Não é o caso aqui no Hacking. Cara, teve esse Ink Ribbon aqui vazio, né, cara? Não tem uso. Qual que foi a mecânica que teve a mais aqui? Tem essa mecânica aqui da luz, vocês perceberam, né? Ela para o que a gente... O monstro. Não vou falar muita coisa, não. Ele vai pra luz, ó. E a luz meio que queima ela, né? Eu acho que essa foi uma parte que não teve do Infant Terrible, que seria legal se ele dele mostrar. Então é a única forma da gente fugir do monstro seria ir em áreas que estão com luzes. Dando a volta nele aqui. Aí teve uma ceninha final, hein? Não teve, não. É só ela fugindo mesmo. É isso, cara. Cara, que hype, hein? Pô, que hype, hein? Ah, porra. Só de ter essa demozinha, que é 10 minutos de demozinha, eu já queria que já mandassem, mano. Pô, deixa a gente jogar. Essa é a tal da Disgrace. Disgrace é sacanagem, pô. Caraca, mano. Pô, e ó, Pragmata, Silksong, Blood of Dawnwalker. Pô, tem coisa boa pra gente poder reagir logo depois da live aqui, hein? Foi. O Imperador Capta, para de lançar trailers e deixa logo pegar a maleta e comprar o seu produto. Mano, pô, o foda é que o trailer que eles lançaram ontem, né? Foi um trailer mó sem graça, né, cara? Uma pena. Que o trailer não revelou nada demais. Porém, aqui pelo menos a gente viu a gameplay que a galera viu na Summer Game Fest. A gente tá vendo com atraso, né? A galera da Summer Game Fest reagiu a essa gameplay aqui. Mas legal. Você acha que essas demos do Resident Evil 9 saem pra gente? Acho que vai sair sim, mano. Se eu fosse ter que chutar, o jogo vai sair em fevereiro, né? Eu acho que vai ser ou janeiro ou no mais cedo possível dezembro. Mas talvez seja mais pra janeiro, viu? Quero ver a gameplay do jogo? Eu também. A gente viu no máximo ela jogando uma garrafa vazia, né? E aí é legal que a gente viu que tem um... Lembra que o Dusk Golem chegou a comentar que o jogo pegou algumas inspirações em The Last of Us? Então, tudo bem? The Last of Us não foi o primeiro que inventou pegar a garrafa e jogar, né? Mas assim, é uma mecânica bem proeminente no jogo. Então, é interessante. A gente viu que tem como a gente pegar alguns itens desses pra gente poder jogar no inimigo e atordoar ele. Então a gente já viu mais uma coisa que o Dusk Golem fala que tá batendo, né? Vamos ver. Nem acredito que o Silksong tá saindo, parece meme. Depois de tanto tempo, né, cara? É muito estranho. Mas agora ele finalmente vai sair, cara. Será que hoje tem Fable? Esse jogo sai nunca? Não, hoje não tem Fable não, mano. A gente já tem a lista completa da programação de hoje. Ó, acho que é até legal a gente ver aqui, ó. Xbox Gamescom. Hoje o de mais impacto é a performance do ROG Ally. É a coisa que vai ser mais interessante a gente ver aqui, já que ele já teve o preço oficial anunciado. Cadê? Ó, a programação de hoje então é a seguinte, ó, achei aqui. Pô, que coisa, hein? Não tá abrindo numa janela sozinha, mas se liga só. Barará. Pronto. O ROG Ally vai ser a primeira coisa. Aí o Microsoft Flight Simulator, Dying Light The Beast, Keeper, que a gente viu um pouquinho ontem. World of Warcraft Midnight, que a gente deve ver mecânicas, que ontem a gente só viu a Cinematic, né? Call of Duty Black Ops, que vocês estão animadaços pra ver, que eu sei. Grounded 2, Hotel Barcelona, o Invincible Versus, Chronos The New Dawn, Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade, Outbound, Power Wash Simulator 2, pelo amor de Deus, Star Sand Island e a DLC do Indiana Jones. Essa é a programação que nós temos pra hoje. Tá barato? É, né? Cara, então, tem duas versões. A versão mais cara custa 900. Ô, meu Joe!
Vi o remaster do Tales of Chile agora. Que remaster meia boca. Poucas melhorias e nem colocaram o Chile 2 no pacote.
Pô, eu vi uma galera que queria, né? Ter um pacotão do Chile 2, assim... Eles podiam lançar, né? Pra poder agregar um valor. Realmente poderiam botar. E, mano, eu vi alguma galera que tava animada também, mas na hora, eu também vi o trailer e fiquei a mesma coisa que você, Joe. Eu falei assim... parece um remaster... É a mesma... Talvez a mesma impressão de quando eu vi o remaster do Tactics. Eu falei, o remaster do Tactics pelo menos vai ter voz, né? Coisa que é inédita. Mas a gente fica... Melhoria gráfica é a mesma coisa. Ô, valeu, Cliff!
Bom dia, Kaká e chat. Renove em Raccoon City Center Leon.
Vai ter limpo.
É sacanagem.
Vai ter limpo.
Péssima escolha da Capcom de fazer isso com os personagens.
Confia. Se não tiver Leon, a gente vai caçar o Duskcaller. A gente vai caçar ele até o fim dos tempos. A gente vai achar onde ele tá e vai linchar ele, brincadeira. Mas eu acho que o Leon... Cara, tudo que ele tem falado ali tem batido, né? A maioria das coisas que a gente tem visto, exceto o Leon. Em onde ele crava o martelo de que ele ainda vai aparecer. Então eu acho que vai ter o Leon, sim. Se tiver Leon, tem Ada. E eu acho sacanagem não ter um pouquinho da Jill, né? Eu acho que a Jill e o Chris, eles podem aparecer como personagens... às vezes fala alguma coisa no rádio, a gente ouve alguma coisa deles, algo desse ponto, sabe? Ele aparecer um pouquinho. A Jill e o Leon, né? A Jill e o Chris, perdão. Agora, o Leon de acordo com o Dusty Golem, ele é um personagem jogável e é, assim, um personagem muito presente na história do jogo. Provavelmente o Leon vai aparecer igual o Chris no R8. Então, pô, se for isso vai ser triste. Mas o Dusty Golem, mais uma vez, a gente tem que acreditar na palavra dele pra poder, né, e aí vai de você ou não, se você acreditou ou não. Ele tá dizendo que ele é tão protagonista quanto a Grace, se não mais. Entendeu? Então, vamos ver. Vamos ver. E ele falou que tudo que a gente viu do Resident Evil 9 até agora não dá nem 1 hora de jogo. Dá uns 45 minutos, mais ou menos. Então, que a Capcom tá escondendo muito o jogo. Vamos ver, né? Tamo na expectativa. Rapaziada, já vai começar aqui agora. Agora que eu vi, falta 5 segundos pra começar, então vamos nessa. Deixa eu habilitar o volume aqui. Não tamo no ao vivo? Agora tamo no ao vivo.
Every August for 15 years, Cologne, Germany has hosted the world's definitive celebration of gaming. From stunning opening night live reveals and gameplay breakdowns to the biggest news from the industry's best, join hundreds of thousands of fans on the ground and millions of gamers worldwide for the ultimate games convention. Welcome to Xbox at Gamescom.
Pô, o BGS podia ter uns palcos grandão desse assim, né? Triangle Strategy? Oxi, isso não tava na programação, hein? Teremos coisas que não estão na programação?
A war to end all wars.
Aí eu me surpreendi.
A war whose victor shall rule Norzelia in her glorious
Aí a expectativa já cresce pro evento.
Roland, Lord Wolford, there is no saving me. The future of Glenbrook lies in your hands now.
You're damned right it will. I'll restore this kingdom to its rightful glory.
I care only that you and the legacy of House Wolf
Opa, valeu o clipe mais uma vez.
As long as I keep walking, there will always be
Cara, inclusive, qual que você acha que vai ser o primeiro Halo pra entrar no PlayStation? Porque isso é inevitável, né? O pessoal tá falando de ser o Infinite, né? Por ser o último.
Step on the path Lord Serenoa has laid before us. Let us take this first step together and rejoice.
Nothing. You are free of sin. Now behold my power.
To victory!
Not another step.
A battle to prove which of us is more fit to rule Norzelia. A new future is before us. But first, we must carve our way through to it.
Shadow Drop não é nem demo hoje, é jogo completo hoje pra jogar.
You saw a trailer for Triangle Strategy from Square Enix, which you can actually play today. And that is just the tip of the iceberg because this is a huge year for Gamescom. We've got tons of great reveals, in-depth interviews, and first look
Game Reviews? Ele falou que tem tonelada de Game Reviews. Peraí, gente, que é isso?
Make sure that you're getting wall-to-wall coverage all event long so you don't miss out on a single thing. But first, let's head inside and catch up on all those big reveals from Opening Night Live.
Thanks so much, Benny. Charlie and Bex here, and I am thrilled to be in Cologne, Germany.
Pô, talvez faça sentido eles lançarem cronologicamente. Pode ser uma ideia.
Gaming convention in the world. There is a ton of amazing stuff packed in the next 2 days, and we finally get to see gameplay for some of the year's most anticipated titles and catch a glimpse of gaming's future in the form of fresh reveals and some surprise drops.
I mean, just today, Charlie, we've got a full demo of Dying Light the Beast, tons of new info on Keeper from Double Fine, a custom controller giveaway, what's next for World of Warcraft and Call of Duty, and a brand new adventure starring a certain roguish archaeologist with a whip. And that's just some of the stuff I was allowed to tease after I signed like 5,000 NDAs. But first up, let's go hands-on with the ROG Xbox Ally.
Vamos ver aqui em primeira mão o Rogaline.
Very first Xbox handhelds and explore the wide world of Xbox Play Anywhere.
Now, Xbox Play Anywhere, you can buy a game once, Bex, and access it across PC and Xbox consoles, including the Xbox Ally and Ally X. Even better, your progress travels with you, so you can bring all your saves, your add-ons, your friends, and all those delicious achievements along. So whether you're online on the convention floor waiting to play your favorite game, posted up here at the Xbox booth with your beloved Xbox On team, visiting our battle-ready neighbours at a very impressive Call of Duty Black Ops 7 booth, chilling with the Warcraft team over on the World Warcraft Midnight booth, hanging with Asus at the ROG Ally Warrior and Hall 8, or looking at the latest tech offerings from Samsung this year at Gamescom. Anywhere kind of truly is the best place to play. But right now what we're going to do, Bex, is quickly recap what Xbox revealed last night at the Opening Night Live celebrations. Are you ready?
Let's get into it. I mean, we got a brand new and very charming Companions trailer for the Outer Worlds 2 that revealed 6 new friends to travel the stars.
Se rolar um Master Chief Collection, será? Já pensou? Mandam aqui. Imagina um Forza 6 no final do evento, aí eles vão surpreender, mano. Tava dando muita coisa pro evento, não.
On November 4th.
Market. We also found out about the massive new Indiana Jones and the Great Circle expansion.
No Xbox Showcase, eu espero mais um Forza 6 do Xbox Showcase. Agora, o Master Chief Collection.
Ancient Rome's biggest secret awakens September 4th.
Master Chief Collection.
After decades of supporting the Hayabusa clan, Raven Clan is finally taking center stage in Ninja Gaiden 4, which we saw an awesome new trailer for as well. And according to Team Ninja Bag, some of you got this, they have a secret ulterior motive that will really shake up the story when it drops on October 21st.
How very sneaky. As anticipated, we got a truly immersive look at Call of Duty Black Ops 7, releasing November 14th.
Yes.
The new game's got twisted environments, a campaign that supports 4-player co-op, zombies, Dead Ops Arcade, and even a new mode called Endgame to keep your squad busy for years to come. Really impressive stuff, that.
So good. We also saw Blizzard storm through with the gorgeous and never-before-seen cinematic intro for the World of Warcraft Midnight. The ancient home of the Blood Elves is under threat, and they'll need to tap into the power of the Sacred Sunwell to keep those shadows at bay in 2026.
Plus, today we'll have even deeper looks at titles that were shown at Opening Night Live, like Keeper, Dying Light the Beast, and LEGO Voyagers. And in a few hours, this
Que enrolação de linguiça, esse evento é enrolado. Esse evento aí é pra gente ver na paz do Senhor. Ano passado também foi foda. Bem devagarinho.
On the Xbox Ally, which has been so hotly anticipated ever since it was announced at the Xbox Games Showcase.
Comprei o X-Deck de um amigo, que eu já fiz. Será que é muito ruim, onde o jogo não é otimizado e mesmo que são roda mais ou menos. Imagina que seja pra quem joga fora de casa. É, mano, eu lembro que a gente estava reagindo a um vídeo faz algumas semanas, né? Onde que o rapaz tinha falado que os vídeos nem tinha saído ainda, né? Ele tinha falado, pô, às vezes vale mais a pena pegar um Steam Deck. Não, é calma. Não faça isso.
It feels like we're finally hitting an inflection point now where I'm able to take the game that I'm playing on my beefy home PC gaming rig and take it with me on a portable device.
The big question a lot of players have is how are PC games going to play on a handheld form factor? The games are largely going to play like they do on PC.
The Xbox Ally targets 720p, while the Xbox Ally X targets 1080p. Most titles will perform between 30 frames per second and 60 frames per second, but certain games have the potential to hit up to 120 frames per second.
Então, ROG Ally X, que é o mais caro,
variable refresh rate or VRR will deliver a consistent and fluid visual experience.
120 Hz, VRR.
Players can further fine-tune a variety of device settings in the command center, from optimizing battery life to remapping buttons.
The Asus Armory Crate has 3 distinctive settings that are really great. There's the silent mode, for these dark gaming sessions you will have. There is a performance mode, so your battery life is optimized. And of course, for the top performance factor, you would use turbo mode.
When we talk about optimizing for handheld, it's less about stripping games down and more about ensuring playing the game on a handheld is as easy and effortless as possible. Games that run at 30 frames per second or above will get a should perform well on this device tag. Games that hit 60 frames per second or above will carry a should perform great on this device tag. Games that haven't been tested yet will have a performance check not available yet label. As more games are tested, updated, and optimized for handheld, these labels will evolve over time.
Vai ter umas marcações que vão dizer como que o jogo vai estar rodando no.
So one example is making sure that it's going to work seamlessly with a controller. Are all menus and prompts working as intended? And are those UI elements properly sized for the smaller screen? Another example and essential compatibility feature is having a gamepad keyboard. If a game passes all these checks, they're considered handheld optimized and will be labeled as such. On the Xbox home screen, you'll find a new handheld optimized channel that will curate these titles for players.
We test on the Ally all the time as we're building Roblox. For a player, that means more immersion, better graphics, smoother animation.
Agora você vai comprar o de $900.
If you're playing Doom the Dark Ages
Roblox tá otimizado, pô.
Ultra responsive, fast action FPS experience.
On your Xbox Ally, Doom the Dark Ages will be every bit as fast and responsive as you'd expect.
One of the awesome things about PC is that there are so many places to get your games.
We think about having this unified game library and how it can bring your entire game collection together.
Any recently downloaded and played games from other PC game stores, from Battle.net, the Epic Game Store, Ubisoft, Steam, GOG, or EA, the Xbox app automatically finds them and will show them in your game library.
Isso é legal, né? Que você vai poder, em um lugar só, juntar todas as suas bibliotecas.
My most recently used game should be something that sticks with me everywhere I go, creating a unified user experience.
You're going to see games you've played on Xbox. If it's a PC native game, you're going to be able to play it right there. If it's a console-only game, you're going to be able to stream it from the cloud. If you're down in your basement and you want to stream direct from your console that you've got upstairs, you're going to be able to do it.
I'm able to continue to experience the worlds and characters that I love anywhere that I want to play. This is going to be awesome. Now we literally have a device that could go with you everywhere.
Hey there, everyone. I'm Henry, and today I'm joined by Dom and Brianna from Xbox and Gabe from our friends at Asus, who are going to tell us a whole lot more about the ROG Xbox Ally and the Xbox Ally X, which are the very first handhelds giving Xbox fans the freedom to play anywhere. Thank you so much for being here, and welcome to Cologne, guys. How you doing?
Thank you for having us. It's been busy getting everything ready, but we're super excited to be here.
Well, I gotta say, it's incredibly distracting having the Ally X in front of me. I want to just grab it and have a go, but why don't you tell us, why is Xbox making a handheld right now?
Handheld gaming felt like a really natural next step for Xbox. Being able to break out of the living room and play anywhere is so central to our vision of putting players at the center wherever and however you want to play. And we saw this wave of innovation happening in the handheld space from brands like Asus, and we knew that we could fuel that with so much more energy from Xbox. So when we started talking to Asus, it became apparent like how much more we could do together. We share the same obsession with our players and our devices and gaming in general. And we just realized that by building a device together, we could do something much more special and much more quickly than either of us could do alone. And so that's what brought us to the Xbox Ally. The Xbox Ally really brings together that power of Xbox with the full freedom of Windows. That means that you can play your PC games natively from across storefronts. You can play your Xbox Play Anywhere games natively, and you can stream your console games as well. And really, this is just the beginning. Like, we have such a huge roadmap of improvements that we're going to continue building, continue delivering for our players. We're always listening to feedback, but I'm really excited for this first step.
As a device, it's got a really quite unique look about it. Gabe, can you tell us a bit about the hardware design of the Ally?
Absolutely. The design of the ROG Xbox Ally features natural ergonomics, comfort, and user familiarity. These solid contoured grips familiar with that Xbox controller we all know and love. And so design starts with your hand, right? We think about our opposable thumbs and the really nimble fingertips that we have. These are the tools that we use to write, to pick things up, and definitely to play. And so when you think about the devices as they are in their current generation, it really rests into your palm, and you're using your palm to pick up these devices. And I say
Você usa sua palma para poder pegar esse dispositivo. Dá para ver que eles têm que manter tempo de apresentação, né? Eles estão falando sobre a palma.
On our wonderful new ABXY keys with the tactile feel and color coloring of the new Xbox controllers.
Bem descritivo, né? Ô, falei, Caião, como é que você tá, meu querido? Viu aí gameplay do Resident Evil, cara?
Putting a panel inside. Really, that would cause you to flare out. So there's a subtle detail of how you kind of want to have you fall in and be natural. And those contoured feels and this natural feeling really helps with the overall weight distribution. And that means comfort when you play long on these devices. And so with the Xbox Ally series, you're going to be able to play longer and play comfortably. And then,
jogar mais,
with
por mais
the ROG Xbox Ally X,
confortavelmente.
you then have the access to the impulse triggers. So then you're able to feel everything and be part of the game and immersive inside and in terms of all of the things that you would be familiar with on your Xbox controller today. And so you'll get all those game-centric cues coming through on your device.
It's so like fully fledged and very well optimized for gaming, which is why I need to ask, how has the Windows experience been optimized for gaming?
Como está a experiência do Windows otimizado para jogar agora? Talvez uma informação
huge
legal.
collaboration between Asus, Xbox, and Windows.
Será que dá para apertar dois botões?
What makes playing on Xbox so unique, and how can we bring those elements together with what makes Windows 11 so great for PC gaming? And that really led to, from my perspective, 3 big features. The first one is the Xbox full screen experience. The Xbox full screen experience is extremely tailored for the handheld device, for controller navigation, and right from the moment you turn on the Xbox Ally or the Xbox Ally X, you launch directly into this Xbox full screen experience. But what's even
Quando você
more
começar ali, vai ter uma parada bem integrada para entrar no
Xbox
Xbox Full Screen Experience, né?
So we've collaborated really deeply with Windows to defer a bunch of processes that aren't required for gaming. So that means your desktop,
Trabalharam com a equipe do Windows
all of these things
para poder tirar algumas coisas que não são úteis para jogar.
The second feature is the aggregated library. So because this is Windows, we know that our players have
E a biblioteca compartilhada, né? Que a gente viu ali que você pode pegar várias lojas e juntar em um só lugar.
So you can see all of your installed games from different storefronts. This makes it super easy to launch your games, kind of stay in that Xbox full screen experience for more of your experience, and just really experience the full value of the device. The third feature that we've really invested deeply in is the Play Anywhere feature. So Xbox Play Anywhere has been a program for a long time, but we've really been investing in it so deeply, and there's now over 1,000 games that support Xbox Play Anywhere. For your Xbox Play Anywhere
Essa mecânica do Xbox Play Anywhere é legal, né? Você compra um jogo no Xbox, você pode jogar ele no PC. E tem jogos third party também, tem muitos assim, né? Então isso é legal.
And again, we have a huge roadmap of improvements working on together and with the Windows team. So it's really exciting, and I think there's going to be so much more to share, and we're always listening to feedback. But these 3 features, to me, are what make the Xbox Ally so special.
So ergonomics, they're locked in. We've also got just a lightweight Windows, primed and ready for gaming. Gabe, tell us a bit about the horsepower behind it and the partnership you've got with AMD to really make games shine.
Absolutely. We're really pushing the boundaries of silicon with this device. Efficiency is the Xbox Ally. These class of processors are tuned specifically for handhelds. I'm super excited to talk about what's in the Xbox Ally X. It hosts the
Ele tá exclusivo da Epic Games Store, aí vai ser forte mesmo, hein?
And added MPU. That means you're ready for new frontiers.
Nada demais até agora, mano. A surpresa foi o Triangle Strategy do nada no Xbox.
On these new amazing generational changes with the Z2 Extreme. For the normal Xbox Ally, we have the Z2A, the first time a handheld processor of this type has been productized for Windows. So that means amazing performance from 15 to 20 watts.
Eu quero ver a performance desses Z2 Extreme aí.
And so for that part, I would say we also can include AMD's Fluid Motion frames. AMD's Fluid Motion frames bring smoothness and additional frames to allow you to enjoy that wonderful gameplay that's available for thousands of games and only on Windows. Lastly, I would say we're going to bring the power of AI to
Ele vai ter frame generation também.
For both the Xbox Ally and the Xbox Ally X, you'll be able to have Copilot for gaming, a game guide you can call from the Xbox menu that assists you while you play.
Vai ter o Copilot, né, aquela IA da Microsoft, vai estar otimizada para jogo, onde você pode pedir guia. O quanto será que isso vai atrapalhar na tarefa de fundo, assim, né? Não sei. É exclusivo da Epic mesmo? Então vai ter a mesma síndrome do Alan Wake 2, mano. Vai ser complicado.
So I can press A to dismiss the lock screen, and I can navigate all elements that I would expect to with a gamepad. One of the features I really love is that we've added gamepad indicators to the pin pad. So if you're familiar with them on console, you'll be able to enter your pin or have your own kind of combination that you would have to put in your password quickly. You can also use directional navigation, and we really want to give the flexibility to the players of how they want to get into their gaming session.
Cool. So, I'm not going to peek at your pin.
Pode crer. E é uma coisa que o roguelike não é do Xbox, ele tem isso, né, bem nativo. O Ariel, por exemplo, ele usa, né, o roguelike dele como notebookzinho. Que o Windows ele acaba sendo fácil nesse ponto. Quero ver como é que vai ficar essa feature no Xbox roguelike. Será que vai ter essa feature? São coisas pra gente poder analisar. Ó, vamos ver gameplay agora, hein?
Absolutely. I mean, that was super snappy just to get into that. Super cool. And
prefiro comprar os outros falando no console do que pela Epic. Cara, eu odeio a Epic, não tem jeito. Mas essa exclusividade lá é quase que suicídio.
One of the buttons that we added on this device is a library button, so you can push that and it'll take you right to your library. Dom mentioned about the aggregated library. You'll see these new indicators across the thing. So, hey, these are my games from the Game Pass.
Ali, ó, ele mostra da onde tá vindo o jogo, ó. O Peak, por exemplo, tá na Steam, tá vendo? Hearthstone, na Battle.net. Legal isso, cara. Será que isso vai ter pra versão do Windows também, se for? Eu acho que eu vou começar a usar.
When you launch your game, you know where it's coming from, and you're able to kind of get that jump back in where you expect.
Amazing. Can you launch up a game for us? I'm going to let you choose.
Yeah, so let's launch up Gears of War.
Good.
You can see that the bootloader that we have launches full screen. That really takes you to kind of that immersive experience, so you're not seeing those desktop elements that Dom mentioned previously.
Very cool.
Parece que vai ter sim. Vou começar a usar isso aí, mano. Uma prática. Tem um monte de jogo na Epic, falando da Epic, né? Que eu tenho lá e eu nem sei que eu tenho, tá ligado? Mas tá lá.
How does that operate on the Ally?
Yeah, so one of the main differences between the original Ally and the Xbox Ally is now there's an Xbox button on the device. And so by pressing it, you quickly bring up Game Bar. And this is the optimized view that we shipped last year called Compact Mode. That takes that same widget model that we have before that's completely extensible, but it puts it in a more streamlined, optimized form for these handheld devices. So it lets you quickly get access to device settings and most importantly, Command Center.
Olha lá, tem negocinho pra você mudar a performance dele. Tá no modo máximo do turbo, hein?
Game Bar, and so you can get access to
some of those awesome AMD
features as well as the Asus features that you've been known for before, to be able to navigate those and adjust those kind of performance settings on the fly.
As a person who is already a multi-device user, it does instantly feel quite familiar as well. Like across my console or my PC, I'm kind of getting this very fluid and connected system. It's really nice.
Yeah.
So we could jump back into Gears of War, but we know this is a fully fledged Windows device.
Yes.
What else can you do with it? Are there other apps that you can use?
Yeah, so one of my favorite features is we've added a new custom task switching view. So by long pressing on the Xbox button, you'll get this new experience where you can quickly bump between existing applications as well as go to the Windows desktop if you need to kind of tweak something that you can't do easily. And it really kind of makes it feel fast and fluid. And so if you're using Discord or getting a little hint and edge, you can quickly bumper between them and then go back to your game really smoothly.
So snappy. I absolutely love it. Dom, is there anything else you'd like to add as well to what we're seeing here?
Yeah, I mean, this is really our Xbox experience reimagined for handheld gaming. Builds in collaboration with Asus, Windows, Xbox, and allows you to have that full immersion and effortless play. But really, games are at the heart of what makes a great Xbox experience, and that's why we're developing a new program called the Handheld Compatibility Program. And this will help you really easily understand what games play well on your device across things like text size, controller navigation. And so we're really excited to announce this program and work very closely with our developer partners on it as well to help you have the best possible gaming experience on your Xbox Ally.
That's so awesome. So all of that, and I hear that you've also brought a little video for us to check out. Should we just load that up now?
Let's do it.
Compatibilidade do portátil.
Let's do this.
So, now that
vídeo, eu quero ver gameplay, gente.
Bota
no jogo aí pra gente poder ver, cara.
Brianna, if I ask really nicely, is there anything you could tell us on that front?
Yeah, I'm excited to share that the Xbox Ally and the Xbox Ally X will be available worldwide October 16th.
16 de outubro, alô Asus!
You heard it here first. The Xbox Ally
Manda
comes
pra
out
cá.
on October 16th. Thank you for that, Brianna, and to all of our guests here as well for stopping by today.
No.
But coming up next, stick around for the latest on Rogue, Prince of Persia, and so much more as Xbox at Gamescom 2025 continues.
Que? Gente! Eles entraram no menu do jogo, acabou, não mostrou nada! Caralho, eu apresento um console portátil, não apresento um console rodando o jogo, amigos! Aí complicou pra caramba, amor. Pô, eu já tava assim, pô, vamos mostrar um remaster, né? Não é o que, pô, vai pegar às vezes um jogo, pô, gráfico pauleira, mostrar um Hellblade 2, tá ligado? Mostrar um negócio assim. Mas nem o remaster mostrou, pô. Beleza. O Rogue Prince of Persia. Lembro que eu joguei o Early Access dele. O jogo mudou bastante isso no Early Access. Esse personagem não era roxo, tô viajando. Você não tá viajando, não. Eles mudaram o estilo artístico do jogo em algum momento do Early Access. Disponível hoje.
You might think that the Rogue Prince of Persia is just another 2D action roguelike, and you'd be wrong. Yes, we have plenty of deadly weapons, powerful abilities, and game-breaking builds, but what makes it different? I'm going to tell you. This is 2D parkour in full flow. You will run, vault, and somersault through the world, blending traversal and combat into one seamless movement.
A gameplay do jogo, ela realmente é bacana.
DNA, then shine a black light on this. It'll light up like Times Square. And that wall run,
Opa, valeu o
that is
clipe
the
mais uma
first of its
vez.
kind in the 2D game. Every fight is a chance to move with style. You're not just swinging a sword, you're fighting with everything. Kick enemies into traps or into each other. Vault to dodge attacks. Wall run over hazards. Dive to stun. Boot rocks and arrows into the faces of your foes. It's like playing a Jackie Chan movie as the Prince of Persia.
Complicado isso aí, amigos.
This is
Se ele
acrobatic
ficar
and
realmente...
environmental
Porque o
combat
foda é que ele
that
tem,
rewards
ele
creativity
tem um
and
SSD,
looks
né?
damn good doing
Então, em
it.
teoria, era pra estar carregando rápido.
The story holds more surprises. The prince must live the same day over and over, searching for a way to stop an enemy invasion that his actions have triggered. You must learn from each run, discovering how to save key characters and family members and bringing them to the oasis outside of the time loop to unlock new biomes, items, and story beats. Only by exploring the entire city, from the depths of the mines to the top of the lighthouse, will you find the one path that will give you the chance to change the fate of Persia. And the soundtrack? Woo! An unheard of combination of traditional Persian instruments fused with modern trap. It drives you forward. Every run has a rhythm, every fight has a beat, and we guarantee you'll be listening to it when you're not even playing. So there you have it. The Rogue Prince of Persia offers a unique combination of 2D wall running, environmental combat, a branching narrative, and a pulsating soundtrack, on top of all the usual tasty roguelike ingredients. This is a roguelike with rhythm, flow, and style.
The Prince of Persia is going rogue, known for those smooth, acrobatic wall runs and intense boss fights
Maluco ali
set
atrás,
against
tá aparecendo na stream.
vibrant Persian-inspired landscape. It's clear why it's the most anticipated action platformer roguelite of the year. And here to tell us more from Evil Empire Artistic Director
roguelike, mas pra quem gosta parece legal. Então, o jogo é bacaninha, ele é bacaninha. Eu também não sou o maior fã de roguelike, não. Eu tenho meus problemas com roguelike. Mas o que eu joguei do Early Access estava legalzinho.
What I think I saw.
I think so, yeah.
Which one of you would like to reveal it if anyone missed it?
Basically, the game is out now on Game Pass right now. You can go play it.
Tá no Game Pass, bom também pra quem já assina, dá pra jogar sem compromisso.
This game reinvents a classic franchise, and in the past you've worked on games like Dead Cells, Evil Empire, and fantastic DLC like Castlevania. How has it been taking a beloved franchise like Prince of Persia and kind of bringing a new genre to the mix?
But it's kind of like, it's tough and great at the same time, because obviously like we've got a load of fans of the franchise in the team, like lots of people who played Sands of Time, even people who played like the original back in the 90s. Yeah. And so there's like a pressure to take this franchise into a different direction. But it's great because it actually gives us something like to really focus on. Like we knew we wanted acrobatic combat, we wanted a wall run, we wanted this like real Persian-inspired vibes. So that helped to kind of like keep us on the right path while integrating our like 2D action knowledge to make something which we think is unique.
Yeah, it looks absolutely gorgeous. And you've been having the game on early access recently, but for those that haven't been able to play early access, what can people expect when they hop on?
Não tava ficando maluco, não. O Prince of Persia não estava marcado para o evento. É outro jogo que não estava aqui na lista, né? Que está aparecendo aqui agora.
So basically, you have a whole moveset on top of that. So you've got like a kick, a vault, a dive attack. So basically, you're going to be flowing through traversal into combat and back again, and there's also like a branching
narrative vai sair pro Game Pass, né?
Behind that as well. Yeah, nice. And also,
era bacana dar uma atençãozinha pro jogo.
You've had early access for a bit now, and you've been asking for loads of feedback.
Aladdin do SNES Mega Drive melhor que esse jogo, pô, mas esse jogo, pô, mas também o Aladdin, porra, é foda. É um jogo incrível, o Aladdin do Super Nintendo.
Tons of feedback from players, especially from the guys we have on Discord. We have like a very supportive and dedicated community of players there, and it's like it's almost day-to-day talking with them. It's like they are part of the team, so we just work with them as if they were part of the development, you know. And so one guy, Opelit, he's making the wiki for the game. Yeah. It's super detailed, even more detailed than what we have in the studio, you know. These guys, they know the
game by heart. Tá no Game Pass, não? Acabei de olhar.
So
ué, o maluco falou aqui que tava. O desenvolvedor.
And another one called Andrew,
saiu agora no Game Pass.
And,
será que ainda vai sair?
A good anecdote is that he had a baby during the production of the game.
Yeah.
And so we celebrated it. I did a sketch of the prince with the baby and everything.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, these guys are truly part of the team, and I want to thank them truly for this early access. It was great.
I think that's one of my favorite things these days as well, is how much the community can get involved in games now and like kind of give feedback and kind of work directly with the studios. It's not something we really had in the past.
Yeah, that's something truly unique, and like the instantaneity of it is awesome, because you can just ask
Fuso
a
horário,
question,
espera 10 minutos.
brainstorm
Pode ser
an
que ainda
idea
vai
about,
sair, né?
like game design or whatever, and they would
Deve sair
like,
hoje,
answer
talvez, no Game
directly,
Pass.
Yeah.
and it's so great.
Now, also, one thing, a lot of fans have been asking about the story of Rogue Prince of Persia and how it's going to evolve over time. Can you go a bit more into that?
O cara tá suando ali, dá pra ver no óculos dele, né, coitado? Deve estar quente lá.
And you've kind of accidentally triggered an
Lá no
invasion
hemisfério norte é verão, né?
of Persia, and then you've kind of got to figure out a way by going into the city each day and trying to find clues, and then by finding the clues, you unlock biomes, and then maybe you have to like take an item and do something with it to then unlock something else, find a character.
Coitada da criancinha, mano.
Where else you can go. So it's basically kind of like a puzzle in real time as you go through each run. To basically find the one true way to finally save Persia and rectify your mistake.
And like you said about clues, right? Something that we will expect, hidden elements in the game. Are there some of those for us to find?
Yeah, there's definitely hidden rooms where, you know, like you'll find characters and stuff. I'm trying to think of actual example, but definitely where you find the Lale, that's kind of like hidden stuff.
Tem alguns lugares secretos, né? Algumas salas que vocês são personagens. E você vai salvando os personagens e você tira eles do loop temporal, né? Então as fases roguelike, elas são todos no loop temporal, mas você tira eles para deixar eles no hub. Qual joguinhos marcaram pra aparecer no evento, Pocaião? Muito jogo, tá, mano? Mas, por exemplo, o Prince of Persia e o Triangle Strategy não estavam marcados para aparecer e apareceram. De destaque, mano, acho que talvez você vai gostar do Invincible Versus, o Cronos. E o Set Remake Integrated, sei lá, né? Se mostrasse ele no roguelike, a gente achava legal.
So it's inspired by the Persian miniatures, which are art from like back in the days in the ancient Persia, and this would be very graphical images painted by hand, and so we tried to incorporate some of this element in the art direction of the game. And the other inspiration is the French comic books.
Yeah.
So we really wanted to have some of this in the game because in the art team we are big comic book lovers. And because we wanted to be super,
Mortal Kombat vai aparecer amanhã. Os dois são amanhã.
Used Moebius as a reference because nobody does that in the game.
Silksong apareceu? Apareceu nada.
But he's a great artist, so he was one of the main references.
Ele apareceu ontem,
né? You mentioned Discord earlier as well. Have you like taken any fan-inspired feedback on some of the art that you've used?
Mas ele tá com um evento, né? Um vídeo marcado para amanhã.
And so, for example, we had a skin contest at some point, and player would like draw whatever crazy type of prince costume, and so we had like a voting for the favorite skins, and I think 8 or 9 of them ended up in the game.
That's amazing.
So that's great.
That must be. I can already see though how much you kind of work with your community already, and if there's anyone else who wants to get involved, are they able to do that as well?
You mean the players?
Yeah, like the players can get involved to give feedback.
Yeah, for sure. Like in the game design, we changed tons of stuff. Like for instance, we have this medallion system, which in the beginning was maybe too complex. And so we worked with the community to make it simpler to understand, but also more fun to like right when you play, you understand how it works. So we iterated a lot of like game design elements.
Yeah, along the game design as well, you did a major art revision for the game as well from when you started.
Eles estão comentando aí de como é que mudou o estilo de arte,
né? A mini documentary about how that happened. How was that?
That was a long walk. So, long story short, when we released in early access, we knew we were going with a bold and unique look, and we knew not everybody would love it. But we got a lot of feedback from players that did not like so much the art direction. So we tried to take that as a feedback, just as if it was gameplay.
Yeah.
Why not rework the art, you know. So we did a lot of polishing, and we changed some of the color. The prince was purple in the beginning. He's not purple anymore. That's a long story. But yeah, we tried to make something that player would like more. And so this was like, yeah, big rework.
I think it's one of the first things anyone notices as soon as they see the game. It's so vibrant and colorful, and it's like so pretty to look at. Like you've done like an incredible job putting that together.
Thank you.
Have you got any personal favorite pieces that you worked on in the game?
Preço de R$340, bem caro para um jogo que tinha lançado, e tá esse preço mesmo,
as diverse as we could in the biomes that you are going through. So each biome has a very unique color palette.
Na PS Store.
I think the final one, the Palace, the one that's going to be released in the 1.0, is the best one because it's the last one that we made, and we put a lot of love in this because it's the final objective of the game. And it's really nice, I think.
I think we've also, you talked about all the different biomes that are available. We've got to talk, how do you work on
Prince of Persia ainda não tá na PS
making
Store,
those beautiful backgrounds that you kind of interact with, and then the kind of the combat gameplay? It must be kind of difficult to manage.
That's a challenge for sure, because the gameplay is very fast-paced, and the traversal is challenging. So you have to be able to read everything very quickly. So we try to have something that is very simple, yet tells a story. So whenever we can, we have
vocês estão vendo o preço do Triangle Strategy? Cara, a Square é pequenininha, mano.
During the combat phases.
Vamos ver.
So it's a subtle balance between readable gameplay and background that tells a story. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Especially. Is it like clear when there's like a hidden room or something like that? You can smash some pots
300 pau.
Kind of work your way
Indisponível em português.
Yeah, some secrets in the game.
Now, also we've got to talk about the color palette and lighting. They've been widely praised by players in early access, right? How did you approach making the game like visually distinct from previous
ela tá fazendo, tá querendo falir, mano. Pra vir comprar ela, não é possível.
I mean, I
Esse jogo ele lançou foi que ano no Switch? Deixa eu ver aqui.
So these two, like the Persian miniatures and the French comic book.
Ele é de 2022, mano. Jogo lançado há
when you see it as
3 anos atrás, mais de 3 anos atrás.
You instantly recognize it, and it's almost as if it was taken out of a picture book. I mean, that was the objective. And
e na Steam ele foi lançado, né? Aqui é o Windows, tô vendo aqui, o Windows ele foi lançado em 2022 também.
And be very stylized.
E o jogo tá 300 conto.
It's like, I see it, any moment you look at it, it's like always bright and popping out.
Yeah.
It's like a thumbnail.
Very colorful,
yeah. I've got to say though, for people who are hopping on for the first time, we mentioned it a little bit earlier, but they're hopping on from, haven't played early access. When they're hopping on to Rogue Prince
Já deu esse jogo, pô, eles estão exagerando demais o tempo ali do Prince of Persia mesmo.
It's challenging, it's beautiful, it's vibrant. There's a lot more depth to the game.
Yeah, I think expect to be challenged, but it's easy once you get it in your hands and you can feel like doing a wall run and swinging off a pole and diving down an enemy, like it is super satisfying. So just be prepared for like acrobatic combat, use all your moves, like we said in the deep dive trailer, like it's like playing a Jackie Chan movie. You're just like, you're kicking someone, you're blocking something, and then you're jumping around everywhere, like just be prepared to have fun, I guess. Yeah, and just explore everywhere. There's always something to find.
Explore. That's always the thing I fail in doing. I'm always like trying to speed run everything. I think. But have you got any last things that you'd like people to keep an eye out for Rogue Prince of Persia?
Tá acabando. Palavras finais.
Go play the game now. It's out, so yeah, I mean,
go play it.
Yeah.
Have a great time.
Yeah, we'll definitely be doing it. But guys, thanks so much for joining us, Matthew and Dylan. Really appreciate it. I look forward to hopping on. And also a big thank you to the whole team at Ubisoft. You can start sharpening your platforming skills and scimitars right now. And remember, the Rogue Prince of Persia is available today. And in case you're buzzing for even more 2D fighting action, here comes a trailer that's a little less reflex, and a little more tactical.
Cara, o maluco tá aqui até agora, velho. Esse cara aqui foi embora e deu tchauzinho.
Don't go anywhere. This is Xbox at Gamescom.
Falamos dela. Olha aí.
This is but a squall before the storm of battle. Prepare yourselves at once.
Time to prove myself.
O Square, ele tem que ter a página Sucumb Square, né? Foda.
Leave that to me.
Ah lá, pô, eu não tô maluco, pô. Eles estão botando um filtro de papel aqui por cima. Vocês estão percebendo o filtro de papel? Eu falei com vocês aquela vez.
This day grows lovelier by the hour.
Nothing can stop them. Let's finish them. On my honor. A good choice. This will suffice. Feel my wrath.
Embrace inevitable end. Judgment blade.
Bring sinners to account. Fight Roger.
E aí já passamos para mais.
What do you know about the legend of the Nameless Crusader?
Fierce warrior. Fought on the siege of Antioch, 1097 AD. Very tall, like a giant.
Pope Paul IV had an item of this crusader in his possession, his helmet.
Well, I'll tell you what. If I see the helmet, I'll leave it exactly as I found it. Sound good? Oops.
Pô, seria maneiro se eles mostrassem o jogo
Worshipped by the Mithras cult.
Com imagens do Switch 2, né? Que eles confirmaram ontem.
It says Semper Vivus. Always living. Not dead. He's not in a tomb.
É o mesmo trailer de ontem, né? Ver se eles agora, depois do trailer, eles falam um pouquinho mais, né? Vamos ver. Eu falei Coquito, salve para os nossos amigos portugueses.
You just caught the trailers for Final Fantasy Tactics and Indiana Jones and the Great Circle Order of Giants, which we'll be taking an even closer look at in a little bit of time. But now, it's time to dive into a game that hits a little closer to home as we learn all about the big bosses, bigger biomes, and brand new big buggies coming to a park near you in Grounded 2. We've got Chris Parker
Eles ainda vão falar do Indiana, né? Mas agora vai ser o Grounded 2.
Into very small, teeny, tiny parts. I mean, they say good things come in small packages, so thank you so much for helping me unwrap these presents today, guys. How are you today?
We're well. Thank you for having us here. We're very excited to be here to talk about the game.
Yeah, doing great. Super excited to be here.
I'm honestly so excited to gush all about the fun I've been having in Grounded 2 since it launched now a month ago into early access. So I've been having a blast, but how's the experience been for you two?
It's been an incredible experience. We're so blessed to have such an amazing community around Grounded 2. Everyone just reacted so well to the announcement and the fact that the game was coming to them so quickly.
Ela tá falando, né, sobre o Early Access que já tava ali, né?
Players' hands now, everything that they're doing with it, all the fun they're having with buggies, all the fun they're having in the park, all the different builds that they're making and breaking, and all the great feedback we're getting. It's just getting us super excited
and de julho, tá, o Early
really
Access
focused on
2.
how we can make the best Grounded 2 possible with our community.
I love that. Chris, have you been having a good time with it as well?
Yeah, I'm just so excited about how well it's been received because, you know, when you're making a game, you have this passion, you have this joy, you really want it to be something that the community is going to love, and they already love Grounded 1, right? So much passion there. And so until you get that into the players' hands and the community's hands, you just don't know exactly. You know, you can hope, but until they've actually sort of tasted that meal, you don't know how it's going to go. And so it went out there. People are super excited about it. They have tons of stuff to say and tons of great ideas, and we love that. And it's just been really exciting.
Que aí é foda.
Well, I've tasted it and I've really enjoyed it as well. We've been digging in a lot. It's been so much fun. And obviously you mentioned buggies, one of the big new additions in Grounded 2. And how has community feedback helped improve and expand that kind of area of the game for you guys?
That's a really good question. For us, the buggies were such an important feature to bring to life because it was the #1 requested feature from Grounded 1.
Yeah.
And so it was a big reason why we wanted to do a sequel in the first place, because we knew to do the buggies properly, we'd have to build the whole world from the ground up to support them and to really make them shine.
Wow, okay.
And so for us, it was a question of the balance of how much of this feature do we want to develop and solidify to make it a full experience and to really show the potential of the feature, but not go so far that we don't get the community's feedback. And so we feel like we found that balance with our Red Soldier and our Orb Weaver buggies, and now seeing how players are playing with them, what they're doing with it, and what they're asking for, not just for those buggies, but for future buggies, is really giving us a lot of clarity on where we want to bring the feature, how we want to fulfill its potential, and of course, what exciting new buggies we're going to be introducing in the future.
Yeah, there's so many aspects to buggies. Like Justin said, we
Estão jogando, rapaziada? Tá no Early Access aí do
Let's see what the community has to say about these. We have all of our own ideas that we're like, these are great ideas, but let's see what the community says first, and then we can kind of hone in on that stuff and help that really guide the future of buggies, whether that be with customization or progression, or even what sort of new buggies we might introduce in the world.
And what's been really great is seeing everybody's feedback. A lot of it is very much in line with where we wanted to go.
Absolutely in line.
Yeah.
It's all stuff, almost all of it's been stuff that we've talked about.
Yeah.
Like, and it's great to see that, and especially, you know, we look at what the community feedback says, and our community guys like put it all together, and we count like what's been upvoted and what people are reacting to the most. And the things that they're reacting to the most are things that we're like, yes.
Yes, that's what we want to do.
This is so exciting. This sounds great.
So not only does it confirm our belief that this feature has so much potential, it's really nice to see how aligned we are with our community. And it really feels like we're all one big team trying to make the best Grounded 2 together.
Falando quanto eles são bem aliados entre os fãs e a equipe, que estão colhendo feedback para poder trazer o jogo melhor, que é o negócio do Early Access, né? Colher feedback e implementar.
We're taking our time, which is a very UK insular joke, but that is fine for you. But have you guys got any buggy names that you're particularly proud of? Any good puns that you've heard?
I've got one up my sleeve. You, Chris?
Well, no, the favorite one that we always fight around the studio right now is Stinky. I don't know why. But yeah, when we start up a co-op game for the first time,
Game Pass, confere?
everybody
Não
goes
confere,
like, makes
não
their
temos
buggy real quick
informações.
together, and then whoever names their buggy Stinky first is the one that wins, basically.
I always call my aunt Antonio Banteras because you get the double ant
Se fosse
pun there.
chutar,
And also
crazy.
just because I like
Visto
to
os
think of my
outros
red ant
lançamentos
as this
Square,
like
não vai
charming,
sair
roguish ally that I'm like going on an adventure with. So
Love
Antonio
that.
Banteras.
That's beautiful. He's your own very real sidekick. That's beautiful. We have another first in Grounded 2 with our classes. So, I mean, we were chatting a little bit behind the scenes about, I've been loving the mage class personally, but what has been the most exciting developments from either seeing a lot of players get to grips with these classes or from the team themselves?
I mean, when we set out developing archetypes, they were really about just helping players understand, how do I best equip my character for whatever it is I'm trying to do today, right? You're not locked into being a mage for the whole game. You could be a mage one night and then switch over to a ranger or a rogue or whatever. You want to be a sword and board fighter, do that. But let's have the interface help you out and help you sort of like min-max easily into that play style. And to be perfectly honest, I thought this was just like a kind of a nice little quality of life add to the game. And the the players love it. Like they think it's fantastic, and they want to know, hey, what are the next ones going to be? What's equipment that's going to be added so that we can, further develop this particular archetype? And that's been really surprising, but also super encouraging and exciting for me, just to see that, people love this. Something that I thought was pretty small, something that actually IDOS actually championed in the first place, and everybody loves it. It's great. It's been really positive reception.
From our point of view,
mecânicas ali de fazer min-max ali das classes, né? Os jogadores acabaram gostando.
What made Grounded special as a survival game was this really rich RPG fighting system. And to speak to what Chris is saying,
do ROG Ally da Xbox, sabe como ganha nas suas lives. Cara, eu tô legitimamente curioso pra ver como é que essa IA ela vai trabalhar, viu? O Copilot não é uma das melhores IAs, pra dizer o mínimo, mas será que ele vai estar otimizado ali pro games?
Them finding really cool ways
vai ser interessante
to break
testar.
the builds and push them to really cool limits, like the dual wielding rogue that can, one-shot, even our biggest, toughest foes.
Yeah.
But on top of that, seeing them use the builds in really creative, unique ways that, like you said, speak to their play style. Yep. And you're not locked into anything. If you want to be a mage that whips out a sword and a board, you can do that. If you want to be a ranged who, is still packing a mallet, you could do that as well. And so we really want the players to express themselves however they want.
Cara, o que é foda desse tipo de entrevista e de conversa é que dá pra ver que, tipo, os caras falam assim, ó, a gente vai ter tantos minutos, né? Aí os caras, obviamente os caras vêm e falam assim, caralho, não tem tanta coisa pra ficar falando em tanto tempo assim. E isso foi uma das coisas mais básicas que tem, tipo assim, a gente quer que, se o jogador quiser atacar de perto, ele consegue. Se ele quiser atacar de longe, ele também tem essa opção. Pô, é uma coisa, sabe? Mas é porque os caras, eles têm um tempo muito longo e eles têm que preencher esse tempo. Eles poderiam... Fica feedback pra próxima Gamescom, né? Que não vai ser ouvido. Reduz o tempo. Legal chamar os caras pra conversar no jogo. Mas reduz um pouquinho. Eles não têm mais o que falar.
Why have you ruined my life and blackened my soul with this? And then, another example is this cockroaches, where they're like, I can't deal with cockroaches. Why have you put this in the game? This is where you're like, oh, well, we put it in there to be gross. That's why it's there. It's serving its purpose. But the reception to those has been really fun, very exciting.
And on the other side, what was nice for us is when we first started talking about, what creatures we wanted to bring to Grounded 2, I think it was universal. Everyone was like, we need something that is on the same level of terrifying as the wolf spider from Grounded 1. And the number one contender was the scorpion. And it was a huge request from the community for a long time. And being able to bring that to life, but in a way that does justice to it being this terrifying predator coming after you, and seeing all these reactions
pra quem não acompanha nada de games, que não é aquele público-alvo de uma Gamescom, pô, você tem ponto, parece realmente que não... Uma pessoa que não acompanha nada de games mesmo.
This thing is coming after me, what do I do? It's so rewarding. To be able to traumatize a whole new group of players.
Nada supera o ritmo sonífero dos eventos japoneses.
Yeah, you guys have a lot to answer for
Olha,
making
pô,
me
Prey, evento lendário.
And then also the horrendous night terrors I've had for the scorpions. So yeah, we'll talk afterwards. But speaking of foes and new enemies, I hear we have a new boss to look forward to as well. So can you tell me what this new boss is and why you guys are excited for players to take it on?
Happy to. So our new boss is a giant tarantula.
Oh my
named Axel.
Aí, pô, no novo boss, agora estão fazendo algumas coisas. Eles têm alguns pontos que eles têm para apresentar.
Park boss. And, in Grounded 1, there was these really cool backyard bosses. The Broodmother, the Mantis, and these were all, really giant, terrifying foes. And so we knew we wanted to keep up that tradition. Yeah, look at this thing. It's terrifying. We wanted to keep up that tradition, but because now you're riding buggies, what's giant and terrifying and monstrous has to scale in proportion to that. And so we really wanted to nail that, primal, feature creature, terrifying experience for players. And again, it was just the clear first choice for us.
Aranha de novo, só que maior?
that fantasy of the tarantula to life. And that's where Axel was born.
And then we had to look at scale. I mean, like it is, I don't even know if you can tell from the footage we just showed how immensely huge this is. So the character in that footage is riding around on its own orb weaver spider, and the orb weaver looks teeny tiny.
Um cachorro pra lutar ia ser raça, porra, enfrentar bicho que não seja esses bichos mais pequenininhos. Fala aí, meus queridos, estamos de volta, cara. A filha da puta da gata puxou o cabo do PC. Tu acredita nisso, cara? Não fica me olhando com essa carinha bonitinha não, filha da puta. Ela fica olhando com essa cara aqui meio que que sabe que fez merda. Desgraçada. Mas voltamos, rapaziada. Vamos lá. Deixa eu abrir aqui de novo, cara. Acabei de abrir o PC. Gata, filha da puta, cara. Fica olhando com essa carinha bonitinha pra cá, não. Sensacional, mano. É aniversário dela hoje? Não tem desculpa, não. Caraca, tem um monte de coisa que tá acontecendo ao mesmo tempo. Eu fui abrir aqui, ele abriu 20 mil abas. Pronto. E tá no Grounded 2 ainda, mano.
All of these different tarantulas, and we're looking at them going, I didn't even know tarantulas came in those colors.
Yeah. Your dreams must be haunted, but no. Also, on top of the new boss and the new tarantula, I hear we've got a new biome.
Ela não aguentou o evento, falou assim, pô, vamos lá, pô.
Could you tell me a little bit about what we can expect to explore there?
Absolutely. For our winter update, we're going to be introducing
our first new biome com cara triste. Ela fica olhando assim,
garden biome. And what's really exciting about it is that the park allows us
Estamos no Grounded 2 ainda, amigos. Impressionantemente. O Windows atualizou, tá? Estamos no Grounded 2.
Human crafted, handcrafted areas, as well as the more natural, organic areas. And so the idea of a community garden was very appealing for exactly that reason. And so we get to see, you know, our pumpkin patch or a vegetable garden or a greenhouse. These all feel very organic and very wild and very grounded.
De castigo 2? Pô, grounded, até mais, você tá de castigo agora, tá? Ouviu, coxinha?
Carefully cultivated by humans to be laid out in a specific way. And so that gives us the opportunity to do things from a level design and experience design wise that couldn't be done in Grounded 1, can only be done because of the park. Chris, do you want to?
Yeah, no, 100%. You pretty much nailed everything there. I'm just super excited about running around amongst giant pumpkins.
Fumar um cigarro, que é isso, cara?
The greenhouse gives us the opportunity to make a very
Mas tá acabando aqui já pelo visto, nas palavras finais.
We have not had before. I think we have with the vegetable garden, we're doing some interesting things.
Só viu das duas Persona 4 DLC do Doom. Imagina ver mais imagens do Persona 4 aqui agora, seria inacreditável.
And you know, and this was all sort of planned in our heads, at least loosely, from the beginning, where let's nail all the foundational stuff with our first early access release and make sure that all of those pieces are there, and then we can do some more experimental stuff. And so when we get to, after we have the tarantula update in the fall, our winter update is going to be this first big one where we've got some new biomes and a lot of new stuff, new insects, of course, more equipment.
No filme Lucas, intruso no formigueiro. Caralho, pode crer, mano.
Heck yeah, lots to look forward to there then. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Well, is there anything else that you want to share with us just now, right around the corner for Grounded 2, that we can look forward to?
Agora suas palavras finais.
Well, I think there's two things. If you look at a roadmap, you could see that with the garden biome, we'll be introducing our first new buggy, which is the Ladybug.
Yeah.
So we're very excited about that. We think she's going to bring something unique and fun to the players. And, you know, in general, if the community wants to get excited about what it is that we're doing, the roadmap is a good place to go check out everything we have in mind. And, you know, we want to hear people's feedback. We want them to join us.
We want them to help sort of help mold what it is that we're planning to do right now. Like right now, we have a very loose idea of all the things that we think would be super exciting, that would be great to add into the game. But you know what? This is a journey that we want to take with the community. And so, you know, our roadmap
Fui buscar meu almoço e ainda nada? Nossa, um almocinho agora, 11 da manhã, almoçando cedo, pô.
What you think would be cool and exciting and great for Grounded 2.
I love that. I mean, I'm really excited to think of some new names, I guess, for this Ladybird mount as well. If you guys had to have one in real life, what do you think you would have for a real life buggy? A Red Soldier.
Se você fosse ter um bug na vida real, qual que você escolheria? Olha o nível que tá com... Não, não é possível.
The reason why is at least right now, it can kind of do everything, which is fantastic. It can harvest, it can build, it can fight, it goes really fast. It seems really cute when I pet it, even though it's terrifying.
So
like everything about it is like really great. Like Orb Weaver's cool too, but
ela olhou assim e falou assim, pô, vamos mandar as palavras finais. Ela olhou e ainda tem que ter 5 minutos, né? Ela olhou o relógio ali. Ixi, deixa eu perguntar pra eles qual que é o bug que eles seriam na vida real.
We'll see as other ones come online. Maybe I'll change my mind.
Yeah, I totally get the appeal of the Red Soldier, and it's got that like off-road ATV feel to it. You know, that dirt bike that you can kind of take out anywhere.
Yeah.
But if I'm honest, right now I'm leaning towards the Ladybug. Maybe it's because it's new and exciting, but honestly, because as a player of Grounded 1, that was the one that I wanted to ride the most, you know, and often would just by jumping on it and letting me carry around. I fantasized about like, you know, riding this wild creature around the backyard. And so being able to bring that to life in the park, it not gonna lie, it's super satisfying.
Oh, that
so
nice.
Can't wait for the community to get that dream come true.
I bet. Oh, well, I mean, we've spoken a lot about community, and it just feels like so clear you guys are so synced up with them. You're listening to the players all the time, but how has both of your teams kind of created tools for players of Grounded 2 to be part of this collaboration, or how can people watching at home kind of get involved with the feedback process too?
Como que as pessoas dão feedback para eles?
Pretty much every like social media platform out there. The primary one is Discord. The Grounded game is up on Discord, and we have a great community up there. That's also one of the places where it's easiest for people to go look at what does everybody else in the community say, and go ahead and like upvote ideas and discuss those ideas in great detail. And then we have a great community group of folks at Obsidian that go through everything. They respond to every single like customer comment and note and whatever. We try and make sure that people know that we are actually listening to them. We are already weekly getting together amongst our teams and going through all of this feedback and sorting it out and figuring out, hey, what is it that we want to do in the next week? What do we want to do in the next month? What is something that we want to try and do in 4 months? If we don't want to do it, let's talk to the community and see if there's something that's like close to that sort of like makes sense or we can make work. So it's just a whole lot of things, and you know what? Props to the Grounded 1 team who like built this community and allowed us to actually like, I don't know, follow in their footsteps on this, because the community is on Grounded and Grounded 2 is just so supportive and so great. And you know, it's because I think, you know, we try to interact with them constantly. We try to listen to them. We try and make changes that they want, and I think they appreciate that and are loved. And it's really something special. It's pretty cool.
Absolutely, that was something everyone at the team at Eidos Montreal saw right away, that the story of the success of Grounded was that this community wasn't just rooting for the game, they were rooting for the team as well. And the team wasn't just trying to make this game in a bubble, they really wanted to collaborate with this community. And it's that healthy bond between them, that interdependence between them, that resulted in an amazing game. And so of course we want to replicate that success. Of course we want to replicate that feeling for the community. And of course we want to allow that to put us in a position to create the best version of Grounded 2 possible.
That's beautiful. That's so fun. Well, I have some ideas that I'll have to tell you afterwards off stage, but
can't wait
I'm
to hear.
Write them down yet, and be sure to join that Discord as well to chat more Grounded. But honestly, Parker, Justin, thank you so much. I've had just a blast talking about Grounded 2, and I can't wait for all the new updates that we've got as well.
Thank you for having us. It was
thank
a blast.
you. Like, you know, being able to just talk about the game and a situation like this is is awesome.
Heck yeah.
And thank you so much.
No, thank you. I mean, there's so much more to look forward to as Grounded 2 continues to grow. But for now, we go from the ground to the air to explore the biggest biome of all, Earth's atmospheric envelope. There's new places to go and new ways to get there. So let's set a course for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. But on the way, we'll have a brief stopover on Star Sand Island.
Quanto tempo será que a gente vai ver de Flight Simulator? Que joguinho é esse? Fazendinha. Que jogo é esse, mano? Tá cochilando aí, ô Caião? O evento tá foda, cara. O pior é que a gente, tipo assim, cara, ano passado foi a mesma coisa. Mas foi, esse ano aqui ele tá... Vamos lá. Tocar um violãozinho para nossos bichinhos. Oh, valeu, querido Joe Beat. Não, o Joe, tu não deve ter nem visto então, mano. A gata puxou um fio do computador aqui. O computador desligou, o Windows atualizou. Quando eu liguei ele de novo, a gente entrou ao vivo e tava no Grounded ainda. Inacreditável, velho. Star Sand Island.
When you think of Microsoft Flight Simulator, you might picture soaring over iconic skylines or navigating through turbulent weather. But the sim is so much more than just a sightseeing. And here to tell us all about the latest updates is head of Microsoft Flight Simulator, Jörg Neumann. Welcome to Gamescom.
So great to see you, Maxi. It's great to be back in Cologne.
And you always bring some delightful surprises when you're here in Cologne. What does Microsoft Flight Simulator have in store for the fans here today and fans everywhere?
Yeah, I mean, Flight Simulator is a worldwide hobby, but Gamescom and Germany are actually critically important for us as a team.
Persona 6 já apareceu? Apareceu, pô. Dá uma voltada aí antes do Grounded. Vai ter que voltar um pouquinho.
Always try to prepare something special.
And that's music to my ears that Germany is so special. Why do you think that is?
I think it's the history in aviation. You know, Germany has been since the beginning. Otto Lilienthal, Ferdinand Graf Zeppelin, and Junkers made the first metal aircraft. Lufthansa is super influential in the world of aviation. So I think it's sort of in the in the water or in the air. You know, like Germany is the country with the most registered private planes, for example, in all of Europe. So there's a huge audience. Some of our longest fans are here, most dedicated. So we always try to bring something, and we brought two things today, and we made some trailers. So let's run the first trailer.
Então estamos com um trailerzinho aqui agora. Update da Alemanha. Alguém já foi na Alemanha? Conseguem reconhecer? Que de Game Show ainda hoje, ô Joe? É às 3 da tarde. A gente começa um pouquinho antes, às 2h45. E boa. Consigo reconhecer isso aí, é a Alemanha? Bravo.
That was really, really, really beautiful. Well done. Can you give me some context about the update?
Yeah, I mean, one of the big dreams of flight simulation has always been to fly highly realistic planes over beautiful, detailed landscapes. And in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, we actually got further than ever before. Our aircraft are very detailed. And what you just saw shows you how detailed we can get with the countryside. So what we do is we fly planes really low over the ground, like so over the country or over the cities. And we take millions of pictures and LiDAR. And out of that, we construct three-dimensional cities. The resolution is 3 centimeters. And because Germany is so important, like we already had 25 cities. We had Hamburg and Berlin, of course, Munich,
Tem
Cologne.
25 já cidades da Alemanha.
Bremen, and we're really wanting to fill out the country. And now we're at 32 cities, and we're going to just keep going. And one day, we'll have the entire country down to 3 centimeters, and you can find everything.
That's a big goal. I'm looking forward to that. And I remember when you added Munich, because that's my hometown, and the first thing I did was going up in the air, hovering over the street where I live, which was really cool. But I know you have more today for us to share.
Yes, I'm super excited about this. We have our first German helicopter. It's called the Eurocopter EC-135, which is actually based on a German helicopter called Messerschmitt Bölker Blohm MBB 105. That one was built since the 60s. And it's been evolved and enhanced ever since. It's now one of the most sophisticated, most flown helicopters in the world. And it's famous for medical evacuation missions, search and rescue missions. And we partnered with a very large organization in Germany. And I'm happy to show another trailer.
Mais um trailer, vamos lá. Eurocopter.
Pilot, we have an urgent report of an injured tourist at Neuschwanstein Castle.
Cleared for takeoff, helipad 1.
Let's go.
Flight level 180.
Fala aí, meu querido Monopamitão. Por causa o Ariel ali aparecendo na live de relance? Não, mano, eles estão... Ontem, pelo menos, eles estavam cobrindo a transmissão, né? Então eles não estavam lá presencialmente. Agora hoje, eles devem estar a porta fechada, pô. Não deve estar lá no campo, não, né? No meio da muvuca, não.
And now we are joined by Florian Brocksch, a real-world ADAC Air Rescue pilot. Florian, welcome to Cologne.
Hello, Maxi. Thank you for having me.
Apareceu o cara aí, ó.
You are a real pilot. Can you tell us a bit more about yourself and especially also the ADAC Air Rescue?
I started flying helicopters when I was 22 and became a search and rescue helicopter pilot for the ADAC Air Rescue in 2017. The ADAC or ADAC Luftrettung Air Rescue provides handles up to 50,000 missions a year across 38 stations. I personally
E ó, tem muita
work
coisa
on
pra
the
mostrar
station
nesse evento, hein?
Westfalen,
Estamos
where
assim
we
com uma
fly
agenda bem cheia.
24 hours a day and
E hoje tem muita
approximately
coisa.
up to 8 missions per 24 hours
Ainda
and
não
fly hundreds
apareceu,
of
ó.
kilometers throughout Germany,
O Dying
especially at
Light,
night and
o
the bordering
Keeper,
countries.
World of Warcraft, Call of Duty. Vai ser uma hora inteira. Se Grounded 2 foi aquele tempo todo, imagina o Call of Duty, amigo. Hotel Barcelona, Invincible Versus, Chronos, Final Fantasy VII, Outbound, Power Wash Simulator. Esse vai demorar pra poder falar. Faltam esses. Alguns desses, eu acho que eles vão ser só trailer. Tem alguns na imagem, tem alguns aqui na imagem que estão só com... Não está destacado, né? Eu acho que os que estão destacados, eles vão fazer uma apresentação, a galera conversando e tal. Os outros devem ser só trailer, eu imagino.
Yeah, it was great. I mean, so basically we had support from 3 pilots that helped us tweak the flight model and give us people's feedback. It was great to hear Florian's feedback earlier, and you liked it, so yay. We had support from Airbus Helicopters and from ADAC, and there we really watched a whole bunch of your missions when he actually saves lives, and that was great inspiration for us to do this.
Ou seja, nem começou o evento ainda, começou nada.
So we hope
só esquentando.
Thank you so much,
essa barrinha
both
aqui.
of you. But the most important question, when can fans fly the EC-135?
Right now. So
and also the mission and the city update?
All that, yeah. So the city update is available in Flight Simulator 2020 and 2024. And the mission and the EC-135 in Flight Simulator 2024.
Vou rangar
right
o que hoje? Cara, hoje vai ser o almoço padrão.
That's what I like
Franguinho,
to hear.
brócolis,
Thank you so much also
arroz.
for always bringing local content.
E é isso.
Thank you so much, and also to your team, what you do for us.
Eu joguei o
and
BF,
for
eu joguei, mas
so
cara,
thank
não
you
é
so
um,
much.
não é um jogo muito pra mim, mano. Eu achei meio sem graça o
we're
jogo.
going on,
O jogo é bem
and
feito
that's
e tal.
not only what we are happening
Entendo
at
a galera
Xbox at
gostar.
Gamescom, 'cause we're just
Mas,
taking flight,
sei lá,
and
eu
we've
achei ele
already
meio
seen some
sem
really
graça,
cool
sabe?
game updates and live demos.
Só
We
tiroteio
also got
mesmo
a
e
full
boa,
release
não tem
date
tipo...
on the ROG Xbox Ally and Xbox
flare.
Ally X, October 16. And by my count, we still got more than a dozen games to cover today, including even more world premieres. Definitely stick around if you're a fan of
Tem que
comic
mandar
book
aquele miojão
brawlers,
tunado, repliquei aquela tua
zombie
receita top.
apocalypses, or
Cara,
just
aquele...
free stuff.
Vou falar pra vocês,
Because
essa semana
we've
deu uma
got
vontade de pegar
more
esse miojão.
coming on the other side of this never-before-seen trailer.
Olha o Cliff.
Estou indo trabalhar e esse
Friend.
evento chacota nada de apresentar algo
Tropical.
grandioso.
Nada, pô.
Depois assisto o
The
resumo
world
que
is
você vai fazer,
changing.
Kaká.
But
Boa
one
tarde a
thing
todos.
stays
O
the
pior que eu acho
same.
que nem vale, cara. Nem vale fazer o resumão,
Tropical
mano.
is the greatest country on
Valeu,
earth.
Cliff. Um abraço.
But guess what? It's about to get even better. I know what you're thinking. Can it be done? Can Tropical rise again? Be even bigger, even better than before? Ha! My dear friends, anything is possible when I'm in charge. Pure, untouched potential, waiting for greatness. Imagine a Tropical like never before. The best Tropical in history. You're welcome. Oh, too vague? Patience, my dear Tropicans. A ruler never reveals all his cards at once.
Trópico 7.
Pay attention.
Olha o Invincible versus aí.
The character I think I'd least like to face in a physical fight is Omni-Man. He'd probably smash me through a building of some sort.
Qualquer personagem do Invincible iria arregaçar todo mundo, né?
Omni-Man is such a powerful character, even compared to other Viltrumites.
We just wanted to capture his brutality.
His brutal fight style is very evident.
There's no frills in his gameplay. He doesn't have wasted motion. He doesn't quip unnecessarily.
It just conveys the strength of all the years that he has spent fighting as a Viltrumite.
What we wanted to do was give him techniques, give him moves that are powerful, that deal lots of damage. It should feel like a bit of an uphill battle to fight this guy.
I think we just wanted Omni-Man to be really strong and badass and fun to play.
What drives the story of Invincible sort of as a property forward is that father-son relationship between Mark and Omni-Man.
A lot of that comes through with unique voice lines like intros and outros.
I looked up to you my whole life, but you were just a lying piece of shit.
Your life is the blink of an eye to a Viltrumite. You barely know me.
It's that father-son dynamic where they
tem alguns
still love and
diálogos,
care
né,
for
da...
each other, but they are at odds with their morality.
Da série ali.
I also love his moment where he's considering killing his only son and reconsiders and flies away. You've got those two sides of Omni-Man where he's just brutal, a mind of steel, and this superhuman side of him.
His brutal style of fighting is so evident in all his gameplay movesets.
Omni-Man is one of our balanced characters. So he actually has an anti-air. He's got like this uppercut style move.
He's got a projectile, like where he claps his hands and a big wave comes out.
That's called the Thum, and then like when you boost it, it's called the Cuthum.
We're pulling from when he fights Cecil.
We have this move where he like comes flying from above and he slams
Tinha
your head to
jogo
the
de
floor
luta
repeatedly.
I love the way
do
he
Yu Yu
just
Hakusho,
crushes.
aí tinha
It
ataque
just
do Toguro,
feels
que era
really,
instalando o dedo assim.
Especially when you boost it, he does the overhead and he follows it up with like a series of just smashes where he just blasts them into the ground.
It feels very Omni-Man. It's just satisfying.
There's this one move where he does this like trio of hits and he says, "Not even trying yet." Probably isn't trying, and that's terrifying.
We're pulling directly from the show as well, from when he's beating Mark, ping-ponging him around the sky.
On his Super 2, he says very confidently,
Pay attention. Learn something.
I think that really sells Omni-Man, who he is.
Definitely check out his ultimate. It's so good.
It's called the Destroyer of Worlds. And there's a sequence during the Flaxen fight where he takes the opposing general to this homeworld and just utterly destroys it. So he sees him holding the general's body, blasting through a series of buildings. But there was also another beat that happened at the end of that sequence where it shows him holding this mountain over their scientists. It's that whole sequence
Deixa
all
cair a
smashed
montanha.
together, and it's fucking epic.
Listen to me.
Vamos ver, ó, no jogo.
Seem to understand. This battle isn't yours to win.
That's cool.
Caralho,
That's just
desintegrou o
cool.
bicho, cara.
I would put him as an anchor, the last character on a team. This guy always just been leader. Take advantage of these moves that he has that work well on their own, that are also somewhat risky.
Obviously, we gave him some really powerful moves that are really cheap and players are going to enjoy using them, but they have a drawback.
Eu achei legal desse jogo que ele fica bem visível, né? Tem vários jogos que fazem isso, né? Mas eu acho legal quando bota o personagem com pouca vida, a roupa fica toda arregaçada.
I definitely recommend playing as him.
Really excited for people to be able to get their hands on Omni-Man and really feel powerful.
I think that he is going to be beating the crap out of people.
He's zipping around, he's punching people, boom, boom, you're done.
Now I've proven I'm the strongest among us.
2026 ainda sem data.
Looks stylish and it aims to stay very true to the characters, but you know what? The only real way to get to know a new fighter is by feel. And here to help us do just that are the game's executive producer.
O Steve Jackson não pegou ainda, mas eu jogaria. O Steve Jackson é um pouco controverso, né? Que ele é uma pegada um pouco mais 3Dzada, né? Ó, mas olha aí, o Invincible Versus não tava com destaque, né? Não tava em negrito. E a galera tá aí.
just absolutely amazing. We had a fantastic
E a galera
showing.
tá aí.
It's our first time
Rapaziada,
having
preciso
publicly touch
muito
the
ir ao
game, so
banheiro.
I think that
O
Evo
foco
was just
eu queria saber
really
um pouco
great
mais do
overall. We
jogo.
also got an
E vou
unveiled
pegar mais
creator
um
mode
café.
there, so the blood and gore is not going to be as crazy if you guys
Já
try to put
volto.
on YouTube or something. Though you won't get demonetized. We also had motion inputs revealed there, so a lot of good feedback from the community that we've taken and put back into the game.
Yeah, no, like you were saying, you've been revealing, like the Quarter Up team have been so busy all summer revealing characters, and at EVO, we got that first look at Omni-Man.
Exactly.
Right? How's the player reception been so far?
Yeah, the reception at EVO for Omni-Man has been crazy, right?
Yeah, like being on that stage, revealing that trailer, and then just feeling the energy come back to you, it was like awe-inspiring, and be able to take that back to the team. Everyone's super pumped up, so we're jacked to show everybody more.
Hell yeah. I mean, as someone who's like super into the comics, read them all, been watching the show, like we're both really excited to get some fresh gameplay, and we've obviously got Omni-Man as well. So if you feel ready to it, we'd like to see some of that gameplay. But before we do that, is there anything else we should know about him before we try to beat him up?
Yes, the absolutely worst kept secret ever, but I'm going to reveal it officially now. J.K. Simmons has returned as Omni-Man.
Oh, let's go. It's an amazing cast. It kind of makes me want to have some yellow M&Ms, you know? Yeah. I'm in the mood for that. Well, shall we play?
Show me what you've got, devs.
Oh, yes.
Nice little voice line. That's amazing. Sounds like the scariest challenge I've ever heard.
Yeah, I don't know if you sent me the whole heaven. Look at it split. All right, so we've got the lineups here. It's what's a little bit different about Invincible Versus is that it's a triple tag team fighter. So can you break down why is it important to sort of pick so many different characters within your setup?
So a tag battle fighting game, so your kit basically is represented by 3 different characters, and characters have a variety of different styles, so you construct the kit to your style of play. It's like, I want to play like a long-range game, or I want to play something more intimate and really bully people into a corner. There's something for everybody, and then there's like your fan favorites, and then there's like some more obscure characters that you don't know much about, but might have really cool tools and some awesome gameplay that you want to dive into, like say like Thula or Bulletproof.
Yeah, the other thing, of course, you know, you go back to the IP, there's a lot of teams already built in there, right? You've got Team, you've got Guardians of the Globe, you've got the Viltrumite, so it kind of lends itself to a team format, I think.
Nice. Well, let's see some gameplay then.
So let's walk everybody through like special moves, like really represent his kit.
Okay.
Yeah, so this right here, this is his ground pound. This is an overhead attack. If you boost it, it's gonna be multiple hits, and if you're fast enough, you can actually pick it up for a combo, which is gonna be pretty hard for me right now, I think. I'll try one more time. Yeah, you got it, there you go. All right.
Wow. Are you gonna take that? Come on.
Yeah, why not? First try.
Tô de volta, rapaziada. O que eles comentaram aí pra nós?
Really fast attack, really hard to stop, also available from the air. He also has this projectile right here. This is called a zoom.
There you go.
Yeah, fresh character.
Ah, eles estão jogando agora, pô. É isso aí que mais developer devia fazer. Pegar a mão no jogo e mandar bala.
Tag out, show him how fast the boost meter returns.
Yeah, you can see up there the yellow bar in the middle.
Tô explicando a gameplay do personagem, bacana.
So when you tag out, that's how you accentuate your recovery for that boost meter. So right now, the boosted zoom right here, that actually can give a wall splash, so I can get a combo if I was better at the game. There you go.
There we go.
You're doing
great.
I'm doing fantastic so far.
You're winning as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, so that was like 2 of his special. We got one more though. It's the rising uppercut. This here is a traditional like DP kind of input that you would expect from fighting game, right? It's got some invincibility on it. If you boost this one,
a gameplay não lembra pouco
com
essa troca, né, com 3 personagens assim, né? E esses combos aéreos que fazem lembram um bocadinho Marvel vs Capcom, não lembra?
All right, show him now.
Rising uppercut. And you can do another uppercut afterwards. Yes. Why not?
Yes.
One thing I'm noticing as well is that on screen there's lots of like really easy cues to understand. It's like there's like yellow flashes, blue flashes. Can you tell us a bit what those are?
So Omni-Man is really fantastic because he's a character that is a balanced character that can apply tons of pressure.
Marca a voz do Omni-Man, o J.K. Simmons, pô, mas ele é foda, mano. Fez Baldur's Gate também, né? Pô. Ele é brabo demais, cara. É uma das vozes imponentes na
He can play a bit of a bully game on your team. He's really good as an anchor or a point character. So he has the projectiles that, like, if I want to play at mid-range, I have armored moves so I can bully you, push you into a corner.
Teve uma coisa do Fable pra Microsoft enrolar a gente mais um pouco. Cara, se tivesse Fable aqui, podia enrolar o tempo que fosse, né? Porque esse game não foi mostrado absolutamente nada dele. Aí podia ter 1 hora de apresentação do Fable. A gente assistia de boa, né?
This move does not have armor. I was curious about it. But yeah,
there you go.
Why don't you demonstrate before you kill me? Why don't you demonstrate his ultimate? Yeah, his ultimate. So.
Sure.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah. Oh my! It's just like flown him through a building.
A couple buildings, a couple, part of the city, missing some limbs there.
You know what? I can't wait to see all the TikToks that are like, oh, welcome to a Jet 2 holiday. Like, flying through the buildings.
Oh my god, it's brutal.
It's lore accurate, so go back to the show, watch
E fica ali o resquício de onde o personagem foi esmagado, né?
Yeah, I mean, I did want to ask, you mentioned about the armored fighters, and I definitely want to know more about that, but we've obviously seen Omni-Man in Mortal Kombat before, so we've seen him, we've kind of gotten familiar with his moveset in that game. How is he different in Invincible versus?
So it's really about being part of like a tag system and how they're integrated in their role in that system. So the flexibility
é foda, né, cara? Mas os Dragon Balls, porque o Fighter Z ele tinha pouco personagem, né? Mas, pô, Dragon Ball eles costumam ter umas paradas meio aleatórias mesmo, cara. É muito bizarro. O Fighter Z, ele era pra ser um Dragon Ball mais competitivo, né? Mas que nem o Omni-Man, pô, ele dá uma coça em qualquer outro personagem, né? Tem umas coisas que a gente tem que ligar, tipo, no Injustice inventaram uma desculpa pro Superman não sair matando geral, né? Não sair porrando geral. Então eles têm que fazer alguma coisa assim, tipo, o Omni-Man é muito mais forte que todo mundo.
Right now we've entered sudden death, which is a little bit different. And so as you can see, timer has expired and our point characters have absorbed all the resources of our assists. And now we're bleeding out, and the only way to stop the bleeding
is by attacking your opponent. Era pra abrir buraco.
I really want to see that happen to me.
Naive.
Legal. So that's what happens. I missed, but he was super low in health. Time expired, he lost his head.
I was about to say that. I was like,
tem sistema de acabou o tempo, eles...
No, his head exploded.
Ele explode a cabeça.
That's brutal.
All right, so we've got the team makeup here. Are you guys making like, are you making specific decisions on
jogo de luta não vale mais a pena comprar, porque virou um jogo pequeno sem porra nenhuma. Sai caro pra caramba, tem jogos com muito melhor, com mais conteúdo. Não, e tem muita DLC, né? Tem muita Season Pass. É foda, cara. O jogo de luta tá batendo esse debate se ele deveria ser, há um tempo atrás, né? Faz uns anos. Mas de uma nova perspectiva pra jogos de luta ser free to play e vender os personagens por DLC, né? Então tem um personagem base, às vezes com uma rotação igual tipo LoL, né? Uma rotação de personagens que são gratuitos, mas se quiser destravar o personagem, você compra ele, né? O pior que é foda, porque a não ser que o cara seja muito investido no jogo de luta mesmo, ele é um jogo que pro cara é por conteúdo, né? Tipo, o cara vai jogar na hora que vier um amigo mesmo, ou tiver algum outro cara que quer jogar um joguinho de luta um contra o outro. Pro jogador mais casual é um investimento forte.
How does like an armored character like Omni-Man like contribute to his team? Like what's like is that anchor, is that role? How's it gonna work?
A lot of times what you're gonna do is
E o tio XKO, ele vai vir free to play, então vai ser interessante ver como é que ele vai, qual vai ser a repercussão do jogo em questão financeira.
Or if I think you're jumping in on me. Oh, I used Tulits there.
That was pretty slick, though.
You see, I have Omni-Man who can come in, kind of like control this space in front of me with like a DP, and really make it tough for someone to like have their approach.
Yeah, so I can like be zoning with this projectile right here, and if he tries to jump in, I've got this Omni-Man assist to keep me back there. So he's a really good assist character as well.
So sick.
That combination between like kind of range attacks and then kind of those assists is key.
Yeah, really cool. I did notice straight away though, you're right about his dashing. That seems like really rapid, especially like the down dash, because it seems like most other characters.
Coitado do Rex, né, cara?
Yeah, he's got much more control, right?
Imagina o Rex contra o Omni-Man, mano.
We call that, so it's like he can actually go down forward and he can travel really far. Like characters have different types of dash in the game. Eve can actually air dash upwards in diagonals as well, so she's got a full 8-way dash.
Esse é um jogo de luta que antigamente tocava 50% da mídia de DVD, resolveram o conteúdo do jogo, colocaram como DLC. Ainda menor o tamanho do jogo. Não, tem jogos tipo do Mortal Kombat, tem uma campanha com muita cena, essas coisas assim. O jogo é enorme, né? Você instalar Mortal Kombat. Inclusive é foda isso, né? Ele podia ter um modo de download, tipo, já zerei a campanha, não precisa instalar a campanha não, deixa só o modo verso.
Oh my word.
You know, why don't you demonstrate an arena shift? I think it'd be really interesting for people.
Aí, vamos mostrar como é que troca de arena.
Yeah, so if I do this kind of a stun, you see that crumple state? If you get someone to a crumple state, you can do a snapback attack, and it'll
baixar a pessoa e porrar ela.
After this arena shift, you lock out their assist for 10 seconds, and you have unlimited boost. So right
você tem boost ilimitado e você trava a troca de personagem por um tempo. Quando você faz isso. Agora liberou. Ele pode fazer o assist.
You get the idea.
Yeah. If you were to get a KO on them while they're in that shifted arena, would that just end the game? Would they still get to tag back in if they have someone available elsewhere?
Once that timer expires, I can get my character back.
Right.
Yeah, but not during the transition.
But not during the transition.
Gotcha.
So I have 10 seconds to, you know, hold it down and pray my defense is good with push blocking and heroic strikes and a lot of like navigation and basically trying to land a hit myself.
I want to see some of these more.
And then he caught me with it.
Oh yes,
I had fan favorite. This is fan favorite.
Rex is such a great character.
Oh my! Peggy 18.
Caralho, explodiu ele em pedaço.
I think they got that now.
Às vezes o que ocupa o espaço a mais do jogo não é nem a campanha em si, e as DLCs que já ficam dentro do jogo. Você não consegue o sítio técnico. As DLCs já ficam dentro do jogo, você disse que você não compra a DLC, mas ela tem que estar lá. Se fosse, pô, não tem muito o que fazer, né, cara? Você vai jogar no online, se você não comprou a DLC, mas o seu oponente comprou o personagem, não tem muito o que fazer, tem que deixar a DLC instalada.
So Omni-Man's ult, you can get out of the way if you just.
Ele vai ter muita dificuldade de brilhar contra o Marvel Tocon, e tem o T-Rex que ouve de graça. Eu vejo que a hype maior tá pro Marvel Tocon do que pro Invincible Versus, realmente.
And you have to do them from the ground. Supers can be on the ground, can be in the air, but ultimate moves, you have to take your opponent back down to the ground.
Well, I think we got enough time to maybe do one more fight. Should we make this run a proper fight? Bragging rights. I want to see both of you peak performance.
Peak performance?
Yeah. Peak performance, come on.
There's no way I can lose with this team.
I'm back in Rip.
Have you got the method? Wait, you're back in Rip?
I'm back in Rip,
Mike.
You never know.
You got Mike, yeah.
All right, I believe.
Who did you pick?
Mas vou terminar pelo nome, é até injusto comparar? Também acho. Ainda mais que é um jogo também com a parceria e todo o marketing ali da PlayStation. Então também esse push também que a PlayStation quer que o jogo vá bem. O jogo ele tem mais incentivos, né, do Cupom.
So there, right underneath the timer, there's a P1, P2 carrot, and that basically said, like, when we cross up at any time, like, that'll change position. So now you can see, oh, I'm on the P1 side. Cool.
And that's an assist breaker, calling your assist to break the combos of the opponent, super important.
Rip, I feel like you should just let Mike just showcase a couple moves.
No, thanks.
No.
You asked for a real match.
Estão zerando o game, pô, podia passar o modo, tipo, o modo arcade todo já aqui, né? Seria legal. Pô, ainda tem um combaço aqui, cara. Que isso? Ele deu o combo breaker.
Fula's really sick, I love it.
No.
I really want to see Battle Beast Ultimate, but at the same time I don't, because he's on Rip's team.
What did you hit?
Come on.
Come on.
Entendeu?
Oh, we're good, we're good.
Oh, what am I doing?
This is so tense.
Dang it.
Come on, Mike.
Jumped right into it.
Caraca.
Well, see, I'm in bad shape right now because I'm
Ativou a tag, trocou. E ó,
I was talking, I wasn't paying attention. I should have done a counter.
Yeah, now I'm gonna tag back in to get
Deu tag antes de acabar. Nossa, que isso? E não acabou, não. O cara comprou o jogo do maluco, velho.
Oh my word.
Goodness. I got a push block.
Huge blocking.
Oh, I don't have anybody else. I got it in.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I got it in.
Conseguiu deixar o cara vivo ainda. Defendeu. Errou.
Sorry, I got scared.
Please, please.
Deu um combo breaker ali.
Alright.
Antes que ele faça muita coisa.
This is actually really, really close.
I love this.
Where's I have no meter? Oh!
I see
gotta
the
hold
panic
that.
when
You
you've got
gotta
no
hold
meter.
that.
Oh,
No,
yeah,
no,
it's over,
Fez
surely.
o tag.
No,
we're good.
No.
Nope, I break those.
Just hanging
Nice.
in there.
That was actually so close.
Where? Why?
Já era, ele tá
like
se...
beating the snot out of me,
Quebrou.
get off
Eu falo, não tem como ele quebrar minha atenção.
Oh, we had those.
We had those.
We had
Come
those.
on.
Come on.
Okay, you know, I might lose with this team, I think.
All right. Did you purposely make it this close?
I know
This is crazy.
That's a punish.
Oh, no, that's surely. Surely.
That's...
Nossa, mano, tá errando feio os golpes da entrada.
Great blocks. Hang in there.
Oh, no.
Ele não tá conseguindo entrar,
Really
velho.
want to see Battle Beast ult.
Colocou pro Invincible que qualquer peido ele vai morrer.
We're starting to tighten up. We're starting to
Mas
tighten
é bom
up.
que o Omni-Man ele pode recuperar a vida ali, né, no banco.
Oh, you can pick up from there.
É agora, ele não pode parar. Se ele parar,
He's gonna go for it. He did.
quebrou o combo, já era.
He got greedy. Oh,
Get in here, get out. No!
F pro maluco.
Oh God.
Oh my God.
That was pretty good. That was pretty disastrous for me.
Did he just take out two characters in one?
Yes, I did.
Oh
Ele conseguiu derrotar dois personagens numa mesma porrada. É, aí deu ruim pra ele, hein? Deu ruim, não tem jeito.
Well, amazing stuff there from Quarter. I just cannot wait to get my hands on the game and start learning the ropes.
Double overkill though?
That was nuts. Nuts.
Tá legal, ele conseguiu
Thank you so much, Rip,
despedaçar dois personagens numa mesma porrada.
You guys, don't forget to wishlist Invincible versus today.
That was amazing, honestly. Thank you. And of course, after you're done tearing your family apart, just like you've witnessed on the Gamescom stage, you couldn't be
O jogo vai ser engolido pela Marvel. Quanto tu acha, Léo? Tá achando que vai ser foda. E o Caião, pô, aproveita que você tá aí na live, cara. Caião, porra, especialista em jogos de luta, mano é brabo. O que tu acha, cara? A galera tá achando que esse jogo não vai vingar, não, hein? A galera que tá achando que o Tocom vai engolir. O que tu acha?
A lot of the games you've seen so far are Xbox Play Anywhere, and we've got plenty more coming. Make like someone who doesn't have an Xbox Ally yet and stay put. Now,
Ó, tem espaço para mais uns 2. Ninja Gaiden 4? Gente!
Since ancient times, the Hayabusa
Ninja Gaiden 4 é amanhã.
clans have fought to keep
Eles cagaram. Foda-se a programação, né?
in the spotlight.
Valeu, Rafael!
But your clan, the Raven clan, has always had
Pô,
a
primeiro eu
secret
preciso ter meu visto, mano.
Thanks. I owe you one. Hayabusa.
A galera do visto americano não me deixa.
Resistance from the DDL.
Se bem que pra Gamescom não precisa, né? Pra Alemanha acho que não precisa.
Giacomo, just focus on the hostiles for now.
Understood.
Sobre os jogos quantos anos tocou, tem muito mais investimento aí, ó.
Go back home to your little raven nest. Or die here.
O Ninja Gaiden, que ele tá bonito, ele tá, né? A questão da animação dele tá muito foda.
Slay the Dark Dragon. Prove it.
The very fiend that resurrected the Dark Dragon years ago. Even a mortal such as yourself has heard of me? I'm sure. Die, insect.
Please, don't kill him. The whole world's at stake.
Dia 21 de outubro, rapaziada. Trailerzinho. Acho que o Ninja Gaiden foi só um trailerzinho. Amanhã deve ter uma apresentação mais dedicada pra ele e tal. Pode ser isso. Porque, mano, tem muito jogo que eles estão marcados pra hoje que a gente tá pra vir, cara. O Caio falou aqui, ó. Embora ambos tenham essa pegada de tag e tal, eles têm umas propostas um pouco diferentes. Quero jogar ambos, mas o Tocom vai sim chamar muito mais atenção, até por conta da marca atribuída da Marvel. Então, pior é que eu, tipo assim, vendo a gameplay ali agora dos caras jogando a sério e tal, no finalzinho ali, pô, parece legal, né, mano? Ele tem muita pegada meio Marvel vs Capcom, né? Tipo, bem parecida, o esquema que os combos aéreos, bem Marvel vs Capcom e tal. Eu sinto que, não sei se tu concorda comigo, Caião, mas eu sinto que faltou um pouquinho de uma inovação no Invincible pra chamar mais atenção. O que tu acha?
So now that you're good and chilled out, get excited again immediately because we've got a sweet giveaway to get to. This year marks a big anniversary for CD Projekt Red and The Witcher 3:
É a mesma galera do Killing Instinct, olha aí, não tava sabendo
So to celebrate, we're giving away 4 very cool controllers. If you're watching on Twitch, follow the directions you see on screen to enter for your chance to win. And you too can become a monster slayer with The Witcher 3.
No caso, que pela cabeça tinha uma boss fight contra o Hayabusa, pô, ia ser maneiro, velho. Ih, rapaz, ih!
Of The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. These will include 3 elite controllers
Caralho.
and 1 standard controller. The giveaway closes at the end of the show and winners will be contacted on Twitch. But these wonderful controllers aren't the only way to celebrate 10
bonito,
years
hein?
of The Witcher 3. The
Pena que
Witcher
não vai,
in concert
não dá pra
kicks off its
participar aqui,
grand
né?
world tour with an incredible immersive performance of live
Por que
music
esse controle
and
do nada?
memories tonight here
Tem,
at
eles
Gamescom.
pararam pra pensar, por que não?
Fans can now buy
Eu
tickets
ia tirar
for
maneiro.
dozens of stops around the globe at thewitcher.com/concert. But for now, our broadcast continues with a good long look at LEGO Voyagers. Over to you, Charlie.
LEGO has been busy reinventing itself for, the last decade or so, and guess what?
A menina dos cabelos dourados.
LEGO Voyagers looks to be an all-new concept for the brand, inviting 2 players to team up on a journey that fosters cooperation, creativity, and even giving space. So let's snap in and learn a whole lot more from my gracious guest, creative director Carsten Lund, design lead Jonas
Lego
Halvorsen,
Voyagers.
and tech lead
Cara,
Casper
Lego
Collins
Voyagers
Thank you so much for
não
joining me, guys.
estava
Lovely to meet you
também
and talk
na
about LEGO Voyagers.
programação.
But Carsten, I'm going to come to you first. I want to know a little bit about yourselves, your studio,
Não estava na
and how
programação.
Little Brick ticks.
Yeah, Lightbrick is a small independent studio based in Copenhagen, Denmark. And we've dedicated our creative lives to
Achei que ia ficar o dia inteiro aqui, rapaziada. Isso aí eu vou ter que almoçar junto com vocês
Our
aqui.
first game was called Lego Builder's Journey, and that was about building with bricks. So that was the start of the show, reconfiguring the level in ways. And this second one, we wanted to take it a step further. We want to go a little bit deeper to actually focus on being a brick.
Gamescom sempre tem os controles exclusivos dos eventos, os colecionadores adoram. Cara, inclusive quem coleciona controle de Xbox em específico, cara, tem que arranjar um espaço, né? Porque tem muito controle diferente de Xbox.
We do look a lot at bricks.
Yeah,
Achando que é só chegar e falar que ia participar da stream não é possível. É, mano. Igual eu falei, tem muito jogo que tá marcado pra aparecer que ainda não apareceu.
absolutely.
E
Yeah,
já
well,
é
it's the
meio-dia,
iconic
né?
Snap, as I said in the intro, in real life. So you need to try and match that feeling and that aesthetic in the game. And I'm sure we'll go on to talk about it. But I wanted to know, Carsten, also for you as well, tell us a little bit more about the game. So how we've translated that tactile feel of Lego into Voyages itself. What's it about, and what makes it distinct from other Lego games we've seen in the past?
Lego Voyages it's a co-op game. So it
É
has
um
to
jogo
be played
co-op.
by 2 players.
It has to be played by 2 players.
Tem que ser jogado com 2 jogadores.
And it's a platformer.
Pique
First and
texture,
foremost,
né?
and then it's a puzzle game on top of that. So a puzzle platformer where you navigate the environment with your little brick.
E aí
and you
tu
have to
vai,
solve different challenges along the way
se
and
conectando
build
com
and
os
have
bloquinhos.
fun. Yeah, so that's basically the game.
Wonderful. Oh, and so we're looking a bit at it now. So can you set the scene of what we're looking at? We're playing as the red and the blue bricks, right? Do they have any other names, or is it just red and blue?
We just call them red and blue. You
Yep.
can name them
O nome
any way
deles
you
é
like.
vermelho e azul.
Yeah, this is sort of the beginning of the game. We're playing around, trying to learn how to navigate the environment and attaching to the little...
That was so nice as
Yeah.
well, that little snap-on that it does.
Yeah, exactly. So this is sort of part of the introduction and smoothly easing players into the experience and learning how to actually navigate.
Yep.
It is a little bit
Isso aqui é a
different.
parte que vai ensinando como que
Actually navigating
navega.
with a single brick and all its capabilities is something nobody's tried before, right? And so it takes a little bit of getting used to, but it's so intuitive once you get the hang of it.
Yeah, can you talk more about the capabilities that you've mentioned? Because at the moment I'm seeing a 1x1 brick, and what kind of stuff can you actually achieve as a 1x1 brick?
These bricks, obviously, they can tumble around like bricks do.
Yeah.
And
Oh
then-
yeah, we've all stood on a Lego brick. We know what it's like to see them tumbling around.
Exactly. So we needed to make the game physics-based, right?
Yep.
So you actually navigate around as a physical Lego brick will do. And then obviously a brick can attach to things.
Tem alguém
and,
fazendo uma prestação muito louca.
other interesting things.
Yeah.
fundo.
Oh, you're not going to give me any more than that, are you?
Ó, ele pegou uma pontezinha, ó.
I see you. Jonas, we're going
E
to
dá
come to
pra
you now,
ele ir
'cause I'm not
fazendo
getting
as
anything out of you
connections.
anymore. I want to speak a little bit more about that cooperation and the collaboration that
Ó.
we spoke about before. It naturally having to be a
Mais
two-player
pouquinho.
game. So
Tira
how
gameplay,
and
não?
why is that key to this experience? And how does building something actually work in Lego Voyages?
Well, as a Lego brick, of course, we thought it obvious that you should be able to connect to other bricks. So
Naturally,
that's,
yeah.
That started basically. So
Pô,
being
deixa
able
os
to
caras
connect
falando
to
uma...
other bricks
Deixa
should
gameplay,
also
isso.
mean that
Aí fez a
you have to
pontinha.
build contraptions with these Lego bricks.
Oh, okay.
Of course, you can roll around with all these bricks as a big tower or
Oh,
ball or
really?
whatever. Yeah, sure. But you also
E ele
have
vai
to-
botar ali pra poder fazer uma torrezinha.
You also have challenges where you have to be a little more precise
Okay.
with
Ih.
what you're doing. So we made a specific mode for this. We call it building mode.
Okay.
You can see it
Eu
here.
achei que eles estavam
where
jogando ali em
the
tempo real,
small
pô.
figures,
Não, aparentemente
kind
não.
of, snap in a grid in movement. So it's a little more deliberate about your brick placement.
Absolutely. So we're watching them build a bridge here. Does physics come into play here? Is there a bit
Aquele
where
maluco
you
ali, ele
maybe
tá
build
jogando,
too
pô, não tá
crazy
não?
one way
Tá
and
com a
they
mãozinha
fall
pra
apart,
baixo.
or is it just naturally very easy going? You don't have to worry about physics and that.
Physics is in
O Ronaldo quer adorar, já que ele ama jogo de Lego.
So, I mean, even when you're in
Ele não gosta muito não, ou tá sendo irônico?
be able to push the other
Eu também não sou
player
muito
off
fã
the
dos
edge,
jogos de Lego, não. Eu não consigo... Mas eles são bem feitos, né?
Yes.
Pelo
And we have
menos.
catapults, catapult building,
Yeah.
where you have to propel the other player from the contraption you've built.
So it's not all
Acho que
building
gravação,
bridges,
eu
it's
acho que é
literally
também,
flinging
mano.
each other
Mas
as
o
well.
maluco ali tava muito
Oh,
suspeito, que ele tava com a
fantastic.
mãozinha pra baixo, como se ele estivesse segurando o controle, né? E ele tava, tipo, olhando pra frente, assim, como se estivesse vendo
Exactly.
um
And then you
display.
have to rebuild it,
Mó
extend-
parecia que ele
extend
tava
it.
jogando, mas
Oh,
não
I
é, né?
see.
Porque
So the
trocou.
puzzle here isn't trying to get more
Yeah.
firepower, it's actually making the catapult slightly larger.
Yeah.
And then how much of the environment are you able to pick up? Is it quite obvious which elements you can pick up and move around, or is it open to your interpretation and everything can go?
We've playtested it a lot. And
Yeah.
I don't think we've seen anyone being surprised that something is loose,
Yeah.
or something is like fixed. But every stud you see in the environment is connectable.
Wow, okay, interesting, good stuff. So Carsten, we're going to go back to you here. While we're all working together and unleashing our creativity, is there going to be a story for us to follow as well, or is it
Vai-
just a
vai
series
ter
of random
história.
puzzles that we're going to enjoy?
There is a story, yes, there is. This is a story, I mean, it's like in Builder's Journey, we like to sort of, it's a non-verbal story, right? So we
Uma
don't have
história
any
não
words. You have
verbal.
to sort of be part of interpreting a little bit. It's a story about friendship.
De
It's all about two
amizade.
little bricks that are friends that their only dream in life is to become astronauts.
Oh, that's
Eles sonham em ser
A lot of
astronautas.
Bricks dream of that, actually.
Ah lá, que a gente vê ali no
Either them
fundo, né, a
by themselves being
navezinha.
astronaut or being part of a larger spaceship that gets sent off in space.
Being part of a spaceship model.
Eles querem ir pra lá.
Yeah, so we follow them in this game. They watch these test launches, and one of the spaceship crashes, and they actually find a little cockpit that is still wiggling and alive. And their mission, they make it their mission to try and save him and send him back to space.
Beautiful.
And in that journey, a lot of stuff is going to happen to them. And then there's a little bit of a narrative of friendship, and when you share a common dream, sometimes you grow a little bit apart, and sometimes you have to find different ways of being connected. No pun intended.
Of course.
So we ask an open question about friendship, and hopefully players will finish this game and think about their friends and how they actually connect and how they stay friends.
Yeah, and with the storytelling, you've mentioned that there isn't nothing verbal going on from the main characters. How is that told by the story? Do you meet other characters that talk, or is it purely environmental storytelling and heartstrings music throughout?
Music is a very important factor.
Yeah.
And we have the same composer as in Builder's Journey, Henrik Lindstein, composing.
Através da música que toca ali.
Exactly, and he's been very meticulous about the scenes in the game and the emotions and the characters. So he's doing motifs that sort of tell a story along the way, and so that's a very important part of storytelling.
Yeah.
And then obviously the environmental storytelling, all of the objects and all the encounters, you can slowly unravel what's going to happen, right?
E os objetos também, do ambiente, vão contando a história.
Understand the full story.
Amazing. Is there an onboarding experience for co-op partners? Maybe Casper, you could help me out with this one. Like we talk co-op. How does that work? How do the players work together against each other, etc., throughout the game?
It's a co-op experience, and they have to help each other and teamwork, collaborate, and build these bridges and face these challenges throughout the way. So, as you can see here, you can also just spend some time to just play around.
Have some fun, yeah.
Have some fun. You can make up games where you have to compete, but otherwise it's a collaborative experience.
Oh, so there is a competitive element to it in there, but mostly based on the gamers.
Achei que ele Prince of Persia tinha lançado, ele estava em Early Access.
That you mentioned?
Ele lançou em Early Access, naquele esquema, né? Tem algumas coisinhas, e aí depois agora ele vai lançar
minutes, very long time just flipping each other into the water. But the thing is, when you flip the other player into the water 5 times, you also have to get through the same thing. And then
I see.
The other player can get the
okay, and then it's their turn.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Wonderful. And with co-op being such a focus in the game, was that inspired by your own personal play with Lego, or was it something you just knew you wanted to make a co-op game, and that's where Lego came in perfectly?
I think we've seen with Builder's Journey, I think we've seen players want to play games together, right? Even though single-player games, they sit, they talk, they engage, right? So we wanted to make something that was playable together from the very get-go, right? And then we just love co-op games, and this whole idea of playing and being creative is just so much more fun when you're doing it together with a friend, right?
Yeah,
so,
I totally agree.
Yeah.
And it's nice we're seeing more couch co-op games come through in recent years as well. There's been some very successful, highly applauded one recently. So it's lovely to see that story keep going. So Carsten, question for you. This all looks really lovely, naturally. So the question you probably knew was going to be coming from me, which is, when are we actually going to get our hands on the game?
Very soon. Very, very soon. I think if you're here on Gamescom, you can just go to booth 8
jogava lá na Gamescom.
and try a demo of the game.
Just over there, in case anyone's watching, wondering where the map is through that door.
Fable 4, será que vem hoje? Vem nada,
if you are not here, you have to
Fable
wait
aí
to
só vai ficar sabendo lá pra frente.
Which is not very long.
Not that far at all. It's a couple of weeks, really.
Exactly. That's when the game will be out. So,
beautiful. Is there anywhere else we can look to find more information on LEGO Voyages before it comes out? I don't know if you've got any more news on the way you need to talk about before it launches.
I think there's a website, legovoyages.com, and that'll direct you everywhere and find,
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for joining me, Lightbrick team. You're all a wonderful bunch, and this game looks absolutely stunning. And folks home, don't forget to wishlist LEGO Voyages today.
To
be ready when it drops, as you said, September 15th.
Dia 15 de setembro, rapaziada. Daqui a 3 semaninhas. Eles vão jogar aí, que vocês estão animadaços. 3 semaninhas, 3 semaninhas.
Decidedly Studio Ghibli aesthetic. Check it out.
Parada meio estúdio Ghibli, né, que ela falou. E realmente.
Rampant pollution has depleted the world's resources. And only your moving house and its mysterious power can cleanse the pollution.
Vai limpar a poluição com a casa?
You'll meet Kuroru, whose hot-tempered personality
Ih, ela tá o gato.
secretly warm
Gadalíssima.
and collect resources, craft items for survival,
Aquele craftzinho, um jogo de
gather
survival pelo visto, hein?
oddlings, and decorate your settlement. You'll face danger on every step of your journey, and riddles to test your wits. But in Bloomwalker, your companions have your back. Kettle Kid, a fiery pot of purification.
Caldeirão
and
é
the
nosso
moving
amigo.
house that you travel the world with.
Armário
Don't forget
também.
the oddlings that help you on your adventure. Hi, I will be your guide during this dev gameplay walkthrough. First, let's follow the house as we look for a place to anchor it. If you stick close to the moving house, you won't take any damage, and the forest will begin to be purified.
Olha ele purificando a floresta.
Seems like this is the best place to anchor the house. If you activate the anchoring device, you can purify the surrounding area.
Aí a área perto ali ela é purificada.
You can find uncontaminated ingredients in the purified area.
Na área purificada a gente acha ingrediente que tá
But there
usável,
are
né?
also fruits like apples that you have to climb a tree or shoot them down.
Bateu assim, caiu.
Let's toss those tasty-looking ingredients into Kettle Kid. The oddlings will then help
Bota no
stir them
caldeirão.
just right, so they cook a delicious soup. Look, this purification crystal is the key to purifying the world's pollution. When you put it in the purifier, you can see the purification gauge fill up.
Ah, será que vai ser o suficiente? Vai, né?
The purification gauge is now full. Let's operate the purifier. Oddling statue. There's something new up ahead in that glowing area.
E aí limpou a área que ele tava passando, né? Com esse cristal aí.
It's an oddling statue. Look here. Don't the colors of the orb and the pedestal seem to match? Oh, one of the orbs is missing.
Uma câmera meio isométrica ali, uma hora.
Mushroom. If you put the orb here in the spot from before... Wow! A bunch of new oddlings have appeared.
Isso, nossos Pikmin?
Invader Pelicani cleanup. Let's take our new friends home. Wait, what's happening? Oh no!
Comeu o Pikmin!
That wicked creature eats anything!
É, até eles fazem um barulho meio pequenininho, mano.
It's too dangerous up close. So let's chase it away with a
Boss
slingshot.
fight, boss fight. Assustou ele. Pronto,
Building a
era só assustar ele.
We have a lot of oddlings now, but there doesn't seem to be enough houses for all of them. There also seem to be some oddlings exhausted from overwork. We better build more facilities for the oddlings. And this looks like a good spot. Let's relocate the cluttered storage box and place the sunbed next to it.
Essa é a caminha deles? É uma plantinha? Tá bom.
We filled enough purification gauges to restore the entire mushroom forest we explored. This was just a taste of the amazing world of Bloomwalker. We look forward to seeing you create your own story.
Bloomwalker, sem sequer data de lançamento, nem ano!
Some survival scenarios
Tá
are
bem
a
no
bit more
início
dire
ainda.
than others, and if Project Bloomwalker is set to be a beautiful but challenging walk in the park, then Dying Light the Beast
Eu
is
gostei
a
do
long
jogo.
march down a ruined highway to hell. The latest
Eu
installment
gosto de
aims to
jogo
blaze a new
nessa
trail
vibe
for
survival.
the beloved zombie apocalypse franchise. And here to introduce us to the Beast, our Dying Light franchise director,
Agora Dying Light The Beast.
and Q&A
Ó, e cara,
analyst
dessa vez o cara
Aaron
tá com o controle na mão.
with some live gameplay. This is so
Vamos ver.
exciting. Welcome to the show and welcome to Gamescom, guys.
Hello, Bex.
Hello. How has your Gamescom been so far for both of you?
It's my first time, so very, very exciting. Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, busy, crazy, and lots of
Ninguém
fun.
prometeu nada e tá carregando o
Love
evento nas
it.
costas.
Well,
Por
you've got
enquanto, a
some
melhor
live
coisa que nós
gameplay
vimos
for
do
us,
evento,
so
hein? Vamos
can
falar a
you show
verdade.
us what you've got?
Yeah, absolutely.
Very
Let's-
Olha, Massamune.
Let's start the demo and
The mission that we
Não
have
fala
here,
isso
of
não,
course,
pô. Não
it's
fala
Dying
isso
Light the
não.
Beast, right? So it's going to be scary, going to be full of zombies,
O jogo parece
full of
tá
open
bem
world
evoluído.
exploration, parkour, melee fighting. And the mission that we have here is actually quite funny one because it's one of the side missions from the game, and it starts with a very classic Dying Light dilemma. There's like a small group of survivors struggling to survive, live to another day, hiding in the town hall here, and suddenly the water source is
Como a melhor
gone.
coisa
Like,
teve
there are no
Grounded,
water
pô,
in the
Grounded 2
taps,
foi,
and, like,
foi
they don't know
forte
what
mesmo,
happened.
bem lembrado.
Like,
Não podemos
is
esquecer.
something trying to hurt them, maybe something is broke, maybe something is trying to get rid of them from this place because they want to take over. So it's kind of like a classic Dying Light problem, but then there are some twists, there are some turns, there's some mystery to uncover. Probably we will not see all of it here, but let's just give it a go and let's see how far we can go.
Let's see what we uncover. That is one of my favorite things from the previous games, when you have this little hub community kind of safe space for most part, and then you do have to go out and protect them or gain friendships as well as take on the challenges outwards.
And that's exactly what Kyle Crane is doing, because like that's a side mission, but also the basics, right? So
Yeah.
you play as Kyle Crane, and that's a very unique, very special type of a hero for a survival horror game, because he's not only the master survivalist, like he's not only able to survive as long as he wants in this difficult, challenging environment.
Eu gostaria de lembrar para vocês que Power Wash Simulator ainda não apareceu, tá? 2.
Which really allow him to kind of unleash all of the rage, all of the everything that
Então aguardem aí.
And like the tagline for the game is
Vamos ver o
that
gameplay aqui do Dying Light,
they
então.
were trying to break him, but they created a beast. And why they were trying to break him? Because he was captured by this guy named the Baron. Baron is a crazy scientist who's trying to achieve something very, very sinister. And Baron was experimenting on Kyle for a number of years. Kyle manages to break out. So they didn't break him, and now he's ready to unleash his wrath. He's ready to take revenge, but for that he needs some help, and that help comes from the people that live in this beautiful valley that we see on the screen right now. This is the valley. The region is called Castor Woods.
Okay.
It's modeled after Swiss Alps, like little touristy towns in Swiss Alps. Lots of nature, lots of very beautiful vistas.
Foi baseado na
But of course,
Swiss
this one
Alps.
has lots of zombies
Os Alpes
in
da
it.
Suíça?
Perfect holiday.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if there was a zombie apocalypse, I'd probably go to the Swiss Alps as well,
Yeah,
just
of
to
course,
see it.
of course. But yeah, of course. Like the high season for zombies is there all the time. And actually, what we have here, so the town in the middle of the map is actually built to be almost like a parkour paradise. We really wanted to squeeze as much as possible out of this location, so players are able to seamlessly showcase all of the parkour skills, jump, run,
O parkour do Dying Light é maneiro, né?
connect all of that together.
Te deixa bem livre para poder
How are
subir
you
nos
feeling? Do you
lugares.
want to fight some zombies?
No, I think we could, we got it. There's plenty of them around.
Eu tenho muito, eu não vou lutar não, que ele
Let's
falou.
see some parkour, because
Yeah.
obviously that's so intrinsic to
Yeah,
Dying
absolutely.
Light
So
as
Dying
well.
Light was built on parkour, right? Like we have, when we started working on the series, we actually asked David Bell, who's the grandfather of parkour. He's the inventor of modern parkour, to help us to share
Eles
his
chamaram
insights, his
o
expertise.
cara pica do
We got
parkour
him in
para
our
poder
studio, we
ajudar
mocked
eles a
up
fazerem
his
as mecânicas do
moves,
jogo.
we asked him to basically tell us how close
Esse jogo seria perfeito no VR, nossa, esse jogo eu acho que eu
ia
ia dar vômito no VR, mano.
Put a lot of emphasis on immersion. We really want to make players feel like they are part of this world, like they are the character there.
É, não, né? Há limites da descida do parkour, né? Há limites, morreu.
It's all part of the plan. It's dying light, you know.
But I think it's worth saying that this is like, you might look at the game, you might look at the screenshots and think, oh, okay, I see a machete, I see a guy, I see some zombies, it's just easy peasy, I go slash through zombies. Absolutely not. This is a survival game. This is a thinking man's survival game, so you constantly have to be on your toes, you constantly need to think like a survival to survive. Even if you're as a
carinha dele aqui depois de ter caído.
Very experienced.
You have to look at every step that you take.
It happens to the best of it.
And I can understand why Aaron is nervous. Like before coming here, we had a conversation that actually the whole QA team, from which Aaron is, they were aware that he'll be playing, so they are watching right now, putting extra pressure on the guy.
I kept it quiet and it was.
But don't worry.
Aaron, you're doing amazing.
Thank you.
And by the way,
Você tá mandando bem, tá tranquilo. É, então. Correu ali rapidinho, né, pra voltar na área. Aí, passou. 4 semanas até lançar o jogo, né? Verdade. Cara, já setembro, outubro. Pesado, tá pesado. Muito jogo. Cronos também chegando. Hell is Us chegando. A DLC do Indiana.
Felt those textures and been in places like this before.
So actually this is something that we are very proud about, because like the whole world has been handcrafted by our level artists. And not only handcrafted, but also they've managed to put a lot of Easter eggs, in-jokes into the world. So like the posters you see there, like they have even scanned some of the items that they have in their homes, in their houses, and kind of brought them into like the virtual versions here in the game.
Falando no Cronos, ele é um jogo que tá marcado pra aparecer aqui hoje.
Like with a lion.
We might get a chance.
Yeah, we might get a chance to see that. So actually, that's a blanket that was scanned, taken from grandma of one of our artists, and in a way to kind of honor her and put something very real into the game. We have the blanket and a lot of other different items. The whole map has been created by hand by our artists. That's why it feels so immersive. It feels real, like every square inch is different.
O mapa todo ele foi criado à mão.
I mean, the second game, obviously, it's in the title,
poderia ser gerado proceduralmente, não é?
I think that's been one of my favorite parts of the Dying Light games, is it's set aside from other games like that because it feels so realistic. And,
realistic also in the
combat.
Exactly. Representation of gore. So another thing about Dying Light, aside from parkour, of course, it's a melee combat focused game with lots of brutality, lots of gore. I think that's something that's very important in the zombie genre, that you really need to show the guts, you really need to show the blood, you really need to show the kind of the brains being exposed, the cuts being cut, heads being cut. I'm not sure how much of it can we show, because I think the previous games were a little bit on the family-friendly side. But that's also
tirolezinha, né? Opa, já deu double.
Aaron is having fun because he knows how to play the game. He spent hundreds of hours in it. But again, this is a game where you see zombies, you don't just run on them.
Luiz morrendo 3 é o Luiz morrendo a besta.
Make sure that whatever you do makes sense, that you don't take unnecessary risks. That's a nice thing. Actually, maybe it's also worth mentioning that a lot of our combat in Dying Light the Beast is created using physics
do negócio, o bicho continua ali andando, bacana.
If we have animations that are super short, just to represent what happens with the enemy that you are hitting. So, like, you will encounter hundreds of zombies here, but every fight with a zombie is different because the reaction is always different. Sometimes he hits an obstacle, sometimes he hits another zombie. There's lots of those cool emergent moments.
Stealth kill do zombie.
You were speaking about some of the melee weapons that we've used already, like we've had machetes and all sorts. What sort of weapons can we find in the world of Dying Light?
There's more than 100 melee weapons, and of course the classic stuff for the genre. So I don't know, gas pipes, crowbars, machetes, hammers, axes, wrenches, things that you can basically find all around you. But also if you dig deep enough, and that's a very important aspect of Dying Light the Beast, that there are lots of secrets that you can actually uncover if you dig deep enough. You can find weapons like medieval swords.
Eu gostei da movimentação do jogo, né? O Dying Light tem bastante esse negócio de parkour, bagulho. Parece que tá bem feito aqui. O que vocês acharam?
Working and effective weapons that are really a lot of fun to play.
I like the sound of a medieval sword.
Tipo um jogo de ação de zumbis, nem Resident Evil consegue fazer uma atmosfera de medo mais. Pô, que isso, você viu a última gameplay do... Do 9? A atmosfera tava boa pra caramba.
But for me actually, it's a flamethrower, something new to Dying Light the Beast. So for some reason, like even though we are making zombie games, we didn't have a flamethrower before.
Porque agora no The Beast, pela primeira vez vai ter um lança-chamas.
A big focus on firearms as well introduces a number of new weapons. So flamethrower, grenade launcher, saw blade launcher, and a number of additional hidden stuff that you will have to find as you play the game. We are now living the time. We are now living the town.
O tamanho desses zumbis, você viu ali? Zumbi maromba, cara.
Like there are places like this spread all over the world with which you can interact. If you manage to survive.
Pega a arma.
It just came out of nowhere.
Your whole team is
survival horror. I'm demonstrating exactly what we want, right?
Yeah, that's true. So, like military combos like this, if you manage to kill all of the infected here, or if you manage to outsmart them, because that's also an option. You can, for example, use a decoy, draw them to like away from this place, and then try to loot it. That's a very good place to find some ammo for your firearms. And as I said, firearms have really received a lot of love from us as developers in Dying Light the Beast.
Okay.
He's a bit too big for now, I think, this guy, right?
Mas você não tem uma... Eu acho que eu vi uma metralhadora no inventário dele, não vi não? Tô maluco. Poderia matar com a metralha, hein?
Like the guys back at home are making bets, like, will he die again?
Tem que ser blindão. Blindão.
So firearms, there's a little bit more of a focus.
Ah lá, ele tem lá, pô. Ele tem a metralhadora assim, não tô maluco não.
Use the rifle, what do you think? It will get messy because the thing about firearms is they make a lot of noise.
Ah, ele falou, ó, usar arma de fogo faz muito barulho e atrai mais bicho.
Fast moving zombies will come. Actually, I think there's one guy over there.
Let's go inside.
Yeah, let's try to hide. Like, we'll see if that works.
Safer inside. Oh my.
Yeah,
gosh,
but
relatively.
A little bit. Like it's never safe in the world of Dying Light. Like what I like to say is that it's actually one of the most dense open worlds out there because basically every part of the map is something where you play the game, where you do some kind of interaction.
Porque é um dos mundos abertos mais densos que tem, que tudo que você passa tem algum tipo de interação.
Combat the same, you get surrounded, suddenly there's a group coming from one direction, group from the other. Constantly something is happening, like you are never bored. It's very intense, very dense experience.
Yeah. That sounds really cool. A lot to explore and discover, and Kate, every kind of trip outside of the safe zone is probably not going to be exactly the same as before.
Yeah, so Dying Light was built out of emergent moments, and we actually we did fight with some of the guys with the tanks, for example, right? But actually we didn't trigger them, so maybe if there's an opportunity, but like that's a nice thing. Or maybe we can keep the...
I think there's, some better opportunities.
Okay, so what happens right now is that because Aaron was fighting a lot with like quite intense, he managed to charge his beast mode, right?
Tem como carregar o beast mode, olha lá.
See that here, like how effective he is with fighting those zombies. They throws them all around, like he has those like finishers.
Doesn't need any weapons anymore. Oh my goodness, he ripped his arm
É na mão mesmo.
Cat, like nothing is left like unturned and uncrushed and unsmashed.
E aí?
Who's laughing now?
No one left unsmashed. No.
That sounded like you are saying it to the QA guys. Like, who's laughing now? Like, I'm here on the Xbox and I'm playing this awesome game.
Você fazer o combate corpo a corpo, desviadas e parries, como também se machucar, aumentam a barrinha do Beast Mode.
You can see the game is really beautiful to look at. Even the zombies. Like, if you are into zombies, it's good to make a pause or go into photo mode and try to see how detailed the models are, especially when you do some damage to them. We have increased significantly the number of places.
E deve ter algumas habilidades, né, para comprar para poder fazer o Beast Mode que não seja só dar soco, né? Deve ter algum esporradão em área, deve ter uns negócios assim.
Wounds, broken places on. Yeah, let's try to. That's nice, quite brutal.
Que nos constrói fibra, tirou o monstro, saiu da jaula, pô. Saiu da jaula o monstro, pô. Melhor meme já feito pela humanidade, esse aí. Em um vídeo só saiu 15 memes.
How do you say versatility? Yes, like, you know, emotions. There's a lot of varied ways how you can solve combat situations. That's also something that we were always thinking about when we were working on Dying Light.
Tem várias habilidades que você pega do chefe pra usar no Beast Mode. Pô, aí vai ser maneiro. Porque o Beast Mode vai ser legal pra você lidar com horda, né?
Actually, we're leaving the mission area, so that of course in the full game you're not leaving mission area, so the freedom is open and you can go everywhere you want.
Ele falou que isso é uma coisa da demo, que no jogo final não vai ter isso, que você sair da área da missão.
But that's also like that's your choice, right? And again, like vehicles, another thing that's new to the beast. Actually, maybe we can also show the FPP, right? Because you can drive from that perspective, like keep the immersion. So it is like it's nice to roam through zombies, blast through zombies with your vehicle, giving you a little bit of those Carmageddon vibes, but again, like a little reminder, this is a survival game, right? So like you need to think about how damaged your vehicle is, or
and the gas. You're about to run out of gas.
Exactly, doesn't have gas. So I think we are slowly running out of gas. So.
Tá ficando sem combustível.
Find a gas station.
Exactly. I'm not sure they're still working. You know,
oh man. So with our new vehicles and things, is there different areas that we can explore around the world then?
No, so actually we decided to choose this one because it fits the environment most, right? So Aaron, when you get up, maybe let's just have a nice look around the place. So
taking the view, I love that.
Yeah, take the view and we'll talk about vehicles.
Atropelando tudo, pode crer, parece legal você atropelando os zumbis.
They fit the environment most.
Essas físicas de ragdoll, acho mó maneiro.
Yet, but the whole world is actually quite
varied. Tá mudando do que ali, velho?
In the middle, we have an industrial park, we have swamps, we have mountains with hiking trails, we have farm fields, so a lot of very uneven terrain. So off-road pickups seem to be most fitted to this kind of environment. So yes, you are driving that vehicle. There might be some things hidden, but I'm not spoiling that too much. But then you're also able to customize the visuals of the vehicle a little. So there's still quite. Oh, I think that's the blanket that I was.
Yeah. This was the.
So this is actually the real blanket that you can find in one of our level artist grandmothers.
Actually, at one of the playtests, some guy met me. He said the same thing. Like he recognized the blanket. So it's a very iconic.
That's so wholesome. So there we go. That's a challenge for everyone.
I don't know. Are we ready to go into the night part? Because we might do that. But a word of warning, because like Dying Light generally. Let's maybe look at some Vista before us. Okay, let's go to the night. So what happens is that Dying Light basically is a game of two halves. The day part that we have just experienced, if you are a good player,
tinha zumbi quando começou a subir a escada. Vamos meter o modelo lá em cima, né, velho? Achei meio curioso.
You will kind of find your way around in this apocalypse.
Dantes Inferno 2 vem hoje. Era o máximo que a gente vai ter é o lá Divina Comédia, né, que foi mostrado ontem. Pô, esse filme eles podiam mostrar um pouquinho mais, né? A gente não viu nada do lado Divina Comédia.
Monsters, the apex predators, the kings of the night, they are coming out, they are roaming the whole place. And with those guys, you don't fight with them. Like when you see them, you try to run away as quickly as possible. Okay, maybe at the end of the game, where your beast mode is fully charged, where you have unlocked all of the skills for the character, because there's like a big skill tree of various beast skills that you.
A noite é escurão, né, mano? Legal. E tem jogo que o escuro não fica tão escuro, né, à noite.
But without that, it's really, really scary. So maybe we can actually try to sneak upon those guys a little, so we see them from close.
We'll go sneaky.
You can see where they are if you use the survivor sense. So that's like a special senses of Kyle Crane where we can see the threats and be aware of the threats around him. But it seems the volatiles are everywhere. Maybe actually what we could do, that's scary.
There's so many.
Os bichos igual o clicker do Last of Us fazendo.
Kind of sensor to see the volatiles around and other zombies.
All of the threats, but I think actually, so the chase has started. They are onto us, and now like it will get super, super difficult because the guys, like the regular biters, the regular zombies, they're just zombies,
they're
right?
Fine,
So you can avoid them, you can jump over them basically. With volatiles, they're chasing you, they're right behind you. It's actually good to look behind you from time to time. they're also basically better at parkour than you are. So
Os
they
bichos
can
correm,
really
cara.
grab you.
Sure. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, so you have to try and outrun them for now until we've...
Talvez seria melhor você subir em algum lugar, talvez, não
I
sei.
don't fancy my odds very much. Yeah. But we'll try.
So what you can see at the top of the screen, the red bar shows you the intensity of the chase. So we are basically in the middle of how intense it can be.
What happens when it gets full level?
You're gone basically. Like it's time to restart the game. Yes.
Yeah, they're still on to me.
Oh, great. What
Sobe em algum lugar, não sei, mano.
can we see from Kyle's kind of beast mode abilities as well?
Actually, the beast mode will be very helpful right now because when you are in the beast mode, you can run faster, you can jump higher. That's actually a very
Quando está no beast mode, você pula mais alto e corre mais rápido. Faleceu.
So they're laughing at you again, right?
No.
Okay, but just to finish the thought, maybe let's go back to the game
we'll
and I will finish the thought. So what happens is that
Eles casam também as coisas? Pô, mas acho que seria um pouco mais fácil, né, dele mexer ali, às vezes ele subir e ele dá só com os que correm.
The beast mode, you get a number of combat skills that you, of course, is most used for combat. But then when you are running, when you are parkouring, they allow you to jump faster, jump higher, run faster, be able to reach places.
Mostraram até a tela do Windows. O cara deu Rage Kit, deu Alt F4 ali, assim, foda-se.
What's important
deu Alt
then is
F4
that
lá.
at some point of the game, you are able to actually control the beast mode a little bit more. At the beginning, sometimes the rage just overwhelms you, but then as you progress into the game, you get full control of it. You can trigger it whenever you want, and then you can use that to actually reach places, find secrets that you would not be able to do when you are in the human form of Kyle Crane. And again, that opens a new kind of way of exploring the map and a new way of...
Eu tô primeira vez jogando de dia, tudo de boa, e de noite corri igual um doido desses bichos do inferno. Pô, parece ser tenso, mano. Monte de bicho correndo atrás de ti.
Cities or the hills as well.
I like we have a really nice storm weather preset. So I like I guess it's the industrial. This area when it's stormy, it's very atmospheric, very nice.
Quando chove, né? A tempestade é bem atmosférica.
Like literally true because the weather tends to be very rainy and stormy from time to time and very gloomy. But it's nice because we have really spent a lot of technical resources on making sure it really looks.
O jogo já tem data, é para daqui a pouco, mano.
It rains and
Acho
you
que é
feel like
mês que
it's
vem já.
raining and that you are there. So and my favorite biome I would say is the farm fields.
Okay.
So, but not when it's raining, because when it's raining, it's actually not that good. What I like is farm fields in full sun. Like you see, like how yellow the grain is. It's really very beautiful to look at.
Love that. Well, can you tell me a little bit about? I'm really excited to dive into more of the survival kind of element, but what should players watching at home be excited for Dying Light? What about the story and more about the game that you want people to be excited about?
I think it's the best Dying Light game that we have ever created. So
for the fans, melhor jogo de Dying Light que eles já criaram.
If you have not played Dying Light before, if you have not heard about Dying Light
before, se você não jogou Dying Light
don't
antes,
be afraid of the volatiles, but don't be afraid to test the game. You will get all of the things that make Dying Light a very special combination. It's a mix of open world and survival horror. It has top-of-the-class parkour, top-of-the-class melee combat, day and night cycle that
combate melee top de classe, parkour top de classe, que ele tá falando ali.
Emotional, very interesting narrative.
Uma narrativa interessante.
You will feel the pain of Kyle Crane, how they were trying to break him, like all of the wrongdoings that happened to him. And then when he gets free, and you will also get free in the game, and you get a chance, you shot at revenge, it will really be very cathartic. You will feel how good it is to unleash this power in the game.
Well, I can't wait. I had so much fun playing Dying Light Stay Human co-op as well, so I'm really looking forward to maybe jumping into this one.
Absolutely, co-op is also supported. You can play with 4 friends in co-op. I can actually give you this mask and 3 more, so you can play the masks.
We can play through the mask.
Exactly. And in co-op, it's like another layer of fun. The interactions, the measured moments are squared compared to what happens when you play it alone. Alone, it's a very focused, very atmospheric experience. In co-op, it's just all-out fun. you, your friends, and lots of zombies.
Fazer co-op que ele fala que é divertido, que aí é só você e seus amigos contra os zumbis.
Here at Gamescom and maybe get out world, please.
You're welcome.
As long as you guys play with me, so it'll be good. Great.
Sure.
What can we look forward to from Dying Light the Beast
Exciting with Dying Light the Beast releases in 4 weeks, September 19th, so it's
19 de setembro, daqui a 4 semanas, quase que um mês certinho, né? Dia 20 hoje.
We can't wait for you to play the game.
Amazing. I can't wait either. Timon, Aaron, thank you so much for showing me a little bit about Dying Light the Beast. I can't wait to play more.
Thank you.
But for you guys at home, don't forget to pre-order your copy today. Now then, the Xbox Gamescom broadcast continues with some more trailers, including a world premiere trailer for a game that uses deck building as a metaphor for cooking to whip up something entirely unique. Then we'll hear from Double Fine's Tim Schafer about their new opus Keeper. And don't forget, we've still got World of Warcraft and Call of Duty updates toward the end of the day. And not to mention some news on a little indie game. And that's INDY, not INDIE. See you soon.
Ah, tá.
Morning.
Vai ter mais coisas do Indiana. Também. Bom, vamos lá, vamos ver. É um jogo pra você explorar cavernas subterrâneas. Nice Day for Fishing, o nome do jogo.
Here in Palopori. But beyond the wall, something has begun to stir. In the face of danger, it's time to get to work. You see, in this world, not all heroes wield swords. In fact, some prefer the spoon. There are some who believe that in order to save the world, you've got to
Que jogo é esse?
start
Também não
with
faço
a
ideia.
really good
É a primeira vez aqui. Nunca cheguei a ver.
That's exactly what our caretakers need.
Olha, você tem que jogar ali na bolinha de gordura.
Recipes might just be our only hope. Because let's face it, who can save the world on an empty stomach? The delicious meals you make will fuel the caretakers, so that they can battle the ravenous
Ah, talvez
monsters
seja negócio de deck builder que a menina falou, né? Então você faz uma coisa meio deck builder ali.
Opening soon, Bistro.
Bistro. Só pra exclusivo de Xbox e PC, hein?
Bistro. It took me a minute, but I got there.
I don't get it. Well, Bistro is Xbox Play Anywhere, so if that game looks to your taste, consider it just one more reason to get excited for the ROG Xbox Ally and Xbox Ally X. But now, it is our sincere pleasure to dig into the latest title from Double Fine, Keeper.
Keeper has
Agora
been
o Keeper,
turning
Keeper
heads
que
since
você
its
usa
reveal
aquela
during
torre, né? Aquela
June's
lighthouse.
Xbox Showcase, and here to bring us some never-before-seen gameplay, it's Double Fine production studio head and fan favorite Tim Schafer. Tim, thank you so much for joining us. First off, it's so exciting to have you here. And this game, we're going to straight out the bat. It's clearly Lee Petty's baby in many, many ways. Bit of a Double Fine legend, I hear.
Yeah, he was our art director on Brutal Legend and Broken Age.
I mean, some of the best games you could ever reel off that someone's worked on. I want to know a little bit more about what it's like working with him and your team bringing his vision to life.
Well, Lee has a really, as you can tell from those games, a really strong idea of what a game should look like and how it should feel.
Yeah.
And he's someone who I've just come to really trust and rely to just have that kind of vision, also be able to execute it. He's really good at technology as well as art, and also leading a team full of people at Double Fine, because it's a very collaborative environment, so you have to have the right touch, you know.
Absolutely.
And so mostly what it's like working with him is I just leave him alone.
Especially you can trust day one he turns up and he knows by day end, he knows exactly what needs to happen. And as you say, it's an element of trust. I think that's really important.
Yeah, especially in a game without any dialogue. So I don't have to worry about him sneaking in any bad language.
Oh, that's such a shame.
Maybe he'll find a way.
We'll find a way to do it on
Yeah.
the stream when we play it, don't you worry. Yeah. I mean, in some ways, it does feel like this game is a bit of a new chapter for the studio. Like you said, it is wordless, so nothing to be said there, but it's still atmospheric, still surreal. So what would you say inspired Lee and the team to move in that kind of direction?
Well, a couple of things. When we were talking about what his next game should be, we were like, well, what could we do now? Because things have changed for us. We became part of the Xbox family. We have like support and resources we didn't have before. And we're like, what could we not do before? And what's a game that we probably could never get signed with a publisher? Something that would seem just too far out there, but would be a really personal thing for Lee and his, wanting to do something
jogaram? Jogo de motoqueiro?
And strange, mysterious, and yet still really charming. And also, I think at that time, a lot of things were going on with a global pandemic. I don't know if you heard about that, but we were all locked inside. And the only way Lee found a lot of escape from that was to go on long hikes through nature. He'd go into the mountains and look at the nature around his house and think about...
I can see where this was going.
Não conhece não, Joe?
The humanity is really threatened.
Joguinho aqui na época era legal, mano.
Kind of scared, and yet
não sei como é que ele envelheceu hoje, né? Mas na época eu gostava.
Evolving and interacting with each other, and that was really inspiring to him. And he's also a weird guy who has like a lot of interesting tastes. Grew up on like the Dark Crystal and Cronenberg films and surrealist painters, and so put those things together to make something that was chill like nature, but also a little weird. Yeah. And I think you'll see that in the game.
Yeah, when you mentioned Cronenberg films, I am now slightly worried for the Seabird, but I'm hoping that you're going to leave that bit out.
Well, vamos lá, vamos ver o farolzinho andando agora.
It's all about surprise, but it's not a horror game.
Yeah.
Although it's an interesting Lee's vibe with this game is that it's not some super violent horror game with a lot of blood, but it's also not like just when you think of a cozy game, they're sweet and they're cuddly cats in it. But this is like it's got a weird vibe where the unexpected might happen.
It's like atmospherically off.
Deixa a gameplay.
Yeah, something lets you know that you don't know what's going to happen next.
Yeah, for sure.
What was it like when you started off with the initial sketches? That must be quite a fun time during the development process where you are still sort of hashing things out, but then moving forward to what we see today, how's that sort of transformation been?
I mean, it was fun to watch Lee and his small crew get together when they just started, and they were just trying different gameplay ideas out. It really was a blank canvas for them to just experiment and experiment with things that are not just, when I mentioned surrealist painters, like it's not just melting clocks, but it's also like the procedure they came up with their art by like tearing up words to make new words and so that it was fun to watch this process of when the sky's the limit.
Eles estão falando mais da equipe do que do jogo.
Watching it evolve to, of course, it just had to be a walking lighthouse.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely, yeah. And I want to go back to what you're saying a little bit about the surrealists and paints. I want to stick on art for a moment because naturally everything we've seen so far just screams beauty in Lee's deranged way.
Screaming beauty is what we call it.
Screaming beauty.
That's Lee's nickname around the office.
Love it. Can you tell us more about the art direction itself and how that ties to the actual mechanics of the game now?
Yeah, I mean, the art direction is, very specific vision of Lee's, but it leads to the interactions that you have in the game it is an adventure game that has puzzles, but they're unlike puzzles because it's really much more of an atmospheric experience. Not supposed to get stuck on a puzzle. You can't die and you can't fail in the game.
Você não pode
but,
morrer.
You use the light that the lighthouse has to interact with the world and cause changes to happen.
Usa a luz para poder
and you
interagir
also
com
have
o
a
mundo e fazer
companion named Twig,
mudança.
which is this seabird.
The seabird, yeah.
Twig, you can send Twig out to interact with the world too.
Very nice. I mean, you guys are very typically known for quite a lot of experiences that are somewhat reality warping, mind bending. Are we going to see those kind of same shades? What's really the vibe?
Jogou a luz na cara da árvore.
Well, I mean, I think we talk about the films that inspired Lee, like we mentioned Dave Cronenberg or David Lynch.
O
Those
pássaro
films
vai
all
lá e
have
bicou.
really weird, unexpected things happen in them. But it seemed at first like nonsense, but there's a kind of a dream logic to it that makes it make sense. Yeah, it means something, but it's not necessarily clear what it means, and it probably means more than one thing, and it's really open to the player to have this experience of playing this game and try and think about what all the different things mean.
That's going to be interesting when it comes out and see other people's interpretations then, potentially, of what Lee's getting at the game with the relationship between the seabird and the lighthouse. That's really fascinating.
I do love it. Now, I am going to ask you a really important question about the seabird, Twig. Unfortunately, it's going to completely shape my opinion of the game. So, can you pet Twig?
Well, that's
Dá
an
pra
interesting
fazer
question. I
carinho
don't want to give away
no
everything that
pássaro.
happens in the game.
This is a simple yes or no answer, Tim.
The lighthouse has no arms.
I know, but you guys are weird and you find
Não, o
ways
farol
to
não
make
tem
it
braço
happen.
para poder fazer carinho.
Smash it with a little leg is also a nickname we call Lee. Can you pet something with light? Let me answer that question with a question.
Okay.
I think that's above my intellect to answer that. I'm going to just say yes.
Yes.
To basically make you do
I'm going to say, rather than just a simple pet, the companionship you'll feel with Twig is something much deeper and beyond physical affection.
Oh.
A conexão deles é muito mais funda do que uma amostra afetiva de carinho.
Yes, to both those, because it's a game that has no dialogue, no spoken words at all, but it is a very emotional storyline. Both the Lighthouse and the Seabird Twig have character arcs, and they go through changes and metamorphosis.
Os dois personagens têm arcos da história, o farol e o pássaro.
We're only showing like the very early gameplay footage because things, believe it or not, get a lot weirder than what you're seeing.
With you guys? Never.
Come on.
No, absolutely. So I just want to touch very quickly then, if we're not hearing them speak per se, is it environmental storytelling? The music, I'm assuming, is a really important part as well?
Yeah, the sound design, the animation, you know, a lot of our animators try to make scenes work if you have the volume off, you know, just as like it's the expressiveness of the Lighthouse still has a face-like level of expression. Yeah. The bird is very expressive, obviously, and there are scenes that will make people cry in this game, I think.
I'm not ready for it.
Not the whole time.
It will be the whole time, I swear. Look at the birds.
So
He's going to make me weep already. Well, obviously, we got studio here, Henry, so I do have to ask. People are always curious about you guys, what Double Fine is cooking up behind closed doors. And the last time we spoke to you was back in 2021, where we saw Psychonauts 2. So what have you been up to since then outside of Keeper? Can you actually
Você tá fazendo alguma coisa além do Keeper, que ela perguntou?
Well, I'm here to announce right now that we are making other games too. We have
fazendo outros jogos
multiple games going
também.
on in the studio. And the thing I will say is that they're all brand new. They're all brand new IP. There's
todas são IPs
Psychonauts 2,
novas.
and that is keeping us fine for sequels for a while.
Great work on that, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah, it was a lot of team effort. Here's some footage of the team.
Yeah, they are working. Right?
Except for that guy who's just walking around.
Yeah.
Get to work, Bert. Yeah, we're working on new projects that are brand new IP, and we're excited about sharing them someday.
Oh,
Okay.
just for someday.
You need to make sure you let us know now.
We'll let you tell you
pals
first.
and-
Yeah.
Sounds good. Well, Tim, thank you so much for joining us. Do you have any final thoughts on Keeper that you'd like to share?
Últimas palavras.
Well, let's see. Do we talk about the bird? Yeah.
We did the birds.
Yeah.
Bird. There's puzzles.
Yeah.
Got
Mentioned
that.
Puzzles.
Check.
Have I mentioned that it's weird but chill?
Yeah, kind of.
More or less.
Did I mispronounce metamorphosizing?
Yes.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
that's
I
all
didn't
my
hear
talking
that.
points.
Perfect. We've absolutely named them all, and just in time because we have some harder questions for you. Me and Henry are going to start grilling
Mas
you.
vai começar a fazer perguntas.
Play on Xbox On called This or That.
I can't think quickly, but I'll try.
Well, you're going to have to think pretty quickly. Henry is going to fire some questions at you, and you can either give us one-word answers, or if you need a minute to think, that's fine. But there's some pretty good questions. I won't lie. Henry's
I'll
nailed
do it
this.
as fast as I can.
Game for it?
Lock
Okay.
in.
Right, let's play This or That with Tim Schafer. First up, Jack Black in Brutal Legend or Jack Black in Psychonauts 2?
Oh, well, you could put those together and get Brutal Legend 2, which is not something we're working on.
Nice, I like that.
I'll save it for that.
Would you rather work at the Department of Death as a travel agent, or would you rather work as a Psychonaut?
Psychonaut. It has a lot more personal career growth possibilities. They have badges, whereas Manny had kind of a dead-end job.
That's true. Well, seeing as how you'd like to be a Psychonaut, this is a good question. Telekinesis or clairvoyance?
Well, you can do so much with telekinesis, but clairvoyance lets you see how people see you, which is terrifying, and I don't want to know it, so I'll go telekinesis.
Good pick. Okay, Rad or Raz?
Oh, Lee's game, Rad.
Uh-huh.
Post-apocalyptic 80s roguelike action game. Or Raz, who's a human being, but fictional. But, I'll go with Raz because he's on Game Pass.
Oh, I like that. Would you rather be a lighthouse or a seabird?
Oh. Well, Seabirds are cool, but lighthouses get pooped on a lot. And in general in life, what I'm saying is you'd rather be the pooper than the thing that gets pooped on. So I'm going seabird.
Unfortunately, I think I agree. And I never thought I'd have to agree on that statement, but cool. Do you prefer talking animals or sentient objects, if they were real?
I mean, it depends on the object and the animal. I'd rather know what, like, my cat is thinking.
O que tá acontecendo nessa stream, cara? Agora estão falando, fazendo jogo de você prefere isso ou aquilo, né?
Yeah. We're going down a real, like, theme here right now.
I apologize for the gross examples, you guys. I don't know why.
We're never doing this game again.
Alguém escreveu ali o roteiro da programação. Isso vai ser legal, pô. Acho que a audiência vai curtir.
Science fiction, sci-fi. I like the music better.
Yes, my guy. Okay, would you rather have tentacles or 2 heads?
Você quer tentáculos ou duas cabeças?
Because 2 heads is just like another mouth to feed.
Yeah, oh, that's true. Okay. Do you prefer boss fights or platforming?
I like platforming on the way to a boss fight. You can have a boss fight at the end, but platforming.
Okay. Now for the big question. Oh. We're in Germany. I have to ask this. Currywurst or strudel?
Is that what it looks like? They're little currywurst and
yeah, that's the best ones we could find.
One's sweet and one's really
Nunca comi esses negócios aí não, hein?
The Schaefers come from a long line of German.
Oh, valeu, Gustavo.
No joke, so I'm gonna have to go with the currywurst.
Cara, eu ainda não joguei, mas muita gente fala que é muito bom, mano.
Hang on, big up the family tree and say it wrong.
Well, thanks again, Tim. This has been a lot of fun. Remember, guys, Keeper launches on October 17th, 2025, but you guys can wishlist it today. And of course, there is still tons more to come up, including this exciting update from our friends at Square Enix that should make those of you anxiously awaiting an Xbox Ally on October 16th pretty happy.
Final Fantasy VII Remake.
The latest developments in World of Warcraft, Call of Duty,
será que vai ter a data do 7 Remake aqui agora?
Live from Cologne,
Pra
Germany. This is
pro Xbox e Switch? Ou vai ser só um trailer, tanto faz?
Xbox ゲームファンの皆様、こんにちは。スクエアエニックスの浜口です。Dankeschön.
Ai, 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 meus amigos. Foi pra falar um monte de nada, pô. Que jogo é esse? Que porra é essa? Fifth Street? Ah, competidor do rematch? Nossa, tomou uma bolada na cara. O cara matou na barriga, mano. Freestyle Futebol 2. 2. Tem um 1, hein?
You just saw the world premiere trailer for Freestyle Football 2 here on Xbox at Gamescom. Now you're right on time to learn about all that's new in World of Warcraft. As I talk with World of Warcraft Senior Game Director Ian Hazakostas and Associate Director Paul Cubitt about the exciting updates in store for players. Now, first of all, right, Paul, welcome to the show for the first time.
Vamos saber agora pouquinho mais do World of Warcraft.
Glad to be here. Yeah, and Ian, welcome back as well. Like, you were here last year revealing the World Soul Saga with the War Within. Welcome back.
Time for Chapter 2. It's a pleasure to be back.
Yeah, I can't believe I've seen your booth. I'm going to say it. I think you probably got one of the best booths at Gamescom. I was walking around earlier and was like blown away by it.
I'm biased, but you're not wrong.
Yeah,
it's super cool. Yeah.
It's really
Cara, a Blizzard, ele falou que o painel da Blizzard está muito bonito. A Blizzard realmente ela faz os painéis bem legais.
Last night, opening night live, and that cinematic. Could you kind of explain for people that need to know about what that kind of showed, what's happened up to that moment?
Sure, I guess a little bit of a story so far for the World Soul Saga. So yeah, the gist of the story of War Within. So heroes around Azeroth began hearing these voices, seeing visions, these like dark omens, from messages from the World Soul herself about,
Agora mais 40 minutos sobre, pô, pior que eles devem ter coisa pra mostrar, hein, porque ontem foi só essa cinemática aí. Então hoje eles devem falar das mecânicas.
So over the course of the World Soul Saga, over the course of the War Within, we've been trying to kind of keep up with her. She's been one step ahead of us along the way. At the culmination of the War Within, as we just discovered, she kind of ascended to a new tier of power and is finally poised to really unleash the power of the Void upon Azeroth. Yep, and that leads us directly into
what we saw o cara viu o jogo, não, eu lembro que, pô, até na época que eu jogava viciadamente o WoW, que foi o quê? Porra, mais de 10 anos atrás, era, porra, investidíssimo no WoW. Eu falava, pô, esse jogo merecia um remake. Há 10 anos atrás, eu falava, esse jogo merecia um remake, um WoW 2, eu falava, WoW 2. Quando que a Blizzard vai lançar o WoW 2? E o jogo tá persistindo até hoje.
But like that was one of my favorite cities in the old expansions. But we're also returning to some areas that players are going to really know. Can you tell us a little bit about them?
Yeah, if Dalaran was one of your favorite cities, it was one of mine too. Wait till you see Silvermoon V2 in Midnight.
A versão do Midnight de Silvermoon, pô, Silvermoon é uma cidade muito bonita, cara. Eu gosto dos Blood Elf, mano.
Fully reimagined and expanded now. It's Eversong Woods, the Ghostlands,
and
of course, Silvermoon City. Still, a Horde city at heart with some Horde-only districts, but under these pressing circumstances, they have opened their gates to the Alliance to mount this final stand against Xalatath's forces.
Yep, and that's just the first of the zones that we have. After that, you'll head into Zulaman, City of the Trolls, the Amani Trolls. We first saw Zulaman back in Burning Crusade era as in the form of a raid, but it's been expanded into this enormous zone now. Everything in that zone is big. It's sort of like a primordial Pacific Northwest. Everything's a little wet too. A very, very cool space. We also have Herondar, home of the Heronir. This is, the Heronir we met during the War Within. They're a race who are sort of this enigmatic, elf-like race. We don't know a whole lot about them. We're going to learn a lot more once we go to Herondar and learn that not all of them are as welcoming as the few we've met, Orwena and her crew in the War Within. And lastly, we're going to go into the Void Storm. This is basically Xalatath's space of operations where she is mounting her attack against Azeroth. We find our way into the Void Storm and take the fight to her and the Devouring Host. Super exciting, a bunch of beautiful zones.
Yeah, I can't actually wait for Zulaman again. I still have memories of just the endless attempts of trying to get the Amani Warbear with that speed trial. So it's going to be really fun to go back. And of course, go to Silvermoon as an Alliance player. It'll be fun. But with all these new areas, what are some of the activities that people are going to get into when they go there?
Well, the first, I think, is
as atividades das áreas novas.
A new campaign that takes you through these zones, and it does so in an interesting way. You'll start by going into the city of Silvermoon and then into Eversong Woods. But after that, players are presented with a choice. Do they want to go to those two of those other zones I mentioned, go straight to Zulaman and learn a little bit more about the Amani Trolls, what's going on there? Do they want to go into Herendar and learn about the Herenir? Or do they want to go on a third chapter of the campaign, which is actually a little bit different. It is not tied to any particular zone, but it takes you to some of the older places in the world, places like Light's Hope Chapel, places like Stratholme, a couple other interesting places as well. And in that quest line, you'll be working alongside Eritor, son of Turalian and Ilaria, and helping him sort of interrogate his relationship with the light. Really interesting chapter. After you complete those 3 chapters, those 2 zones in the Eritor chapter, then you move into Voidstorm. This is all like, in the interest of giving players a choice of which storyline is most interesting to them. And it's all done in a way which also leads you through a couple different delves. You'll play through a couple delves as part of the campaign, and a couple dungeons as well. And culminating with the campaign leading you directly into a couple of our raids. And those are some really interesting dungeons and raids we have put together.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, as of course, alongside the zones, full complement of our bread and butter features for group gameplay, delves, dungeons, and you'll note that Paul said raids, plural. So I think we were kind of breaking from recent tradition in Midnight, and our initial season is going to have not 1, not 2, but 3 separate raid zones for a variety of environments, a variety of foes that will unfold themselves over the course of Season 1.
I actually love that, because like back in like Karazhan and stuff like that, where you'd go to like Gruul's Lair, it's nice to have that variety hopping in.
Ele pra começar a jogar o WoW hoje, ter uma experiência parecida com o passado, impossível, não dá. Tem os servidores do WoW clássico, né? Que aí talvez você consiga, mas o WoW já sofreu alguns... porque teve tanta expansão, né? Um jogo que tá aí há 20 anos já. Que eles fizeram um level squish. Então, tipo, eles diminuíram o nível máximo e aí você escolhe qual expansão que você vai jogar pra você poder upar e cair pra expansão nova, né? Dessa forma você não fica muito tendo que passar por todas as expansões e tal. Mas aí tem o servidor clássico também.
Returning players who may be, a higher level but not quite ready to go straight to Midnight, we have a new experience set in Arathi Highlands that's going to kind of, get you back up to speed on your mechanics, recontextualize you in the story of the world, and send you on your way so that you can join the fight in Midnight.
Yeah, we've also added a catch-up quest line for the War Within. So, sort of going into Midnight, if you never played the War Within, or if it's just been a little while and you want a refresher, you can play through all the major beats of that story in one quest line. It should not take the couple dozen hours that it would normally take to play through all 6 zones that make up that quest line. But it'll be a couple quick hours to go through all the big cinematics, all the major beats. By the time you're done, you should know everything that happened from the beginning of the Isle of Dorne to the end of Ghosts of Koresh, and be fully up to speed to hop right into Midnight.
Yeah, no, that's amazing as well, because it's a bit more like welcoming as well to kind of like drag one of your friends to hop in and play with you and explore that, which I'm excited about. But there is one feature, and it kind of goes back to your booth as well. Right, that has been
uma coisa um pouco mais rápida de você poder entrar ali na missão principal. Se eu sou alho ou horda, cara, meu principal personagem é da horda, mas eu tenho personagem da aliança também. Eu tenho um Worgen Death Knight. Antes de ter o Worgen eu tinha um humano, mas ele eu abandonei. Eu tinha um anão também, cara. Eu não lembro qual classe que era o anão. Depois cheguei a fazer um Void Elf, era um Void Elf Warlock. Tinha um Void Elf Warlock, mas meu personagem principal é da Horde.
Start decorating those spaces with decor that you'll start with the generous, crate of decor that the system sort of just gives you, but then you go explore the world. You might find vendors who sell some interesting tchotchkes here and there. You might work with other crafters on your server who can make some interesting furniture for you. But you take all those things, you collect them, and then express yourself in a way that we think is, really just lets players express themselves however they want.
Yeah, really, I think boundless self-expression is really
de fazer casinha agora,
design pillar of the feature. We kind of threw out the entire rule book here, including gravity. If you want a table that floats in midair, you want a table that's upside down, you can do it. I think we really wanted to unleash players' creativity to make their houses the full expression of their personality. And it's not just, a single house that is your own, you're also going to be part of a neighborhood community. So we wanted to make sure when designing this feature that it didn't feel solitary if you didn't want it to be, that you were kind of connected, there's reasons for others to come into your home, for you to go into theirs, and for you to feel like part of a group.
Oh, it's amazing. Also, for people that have been playing for a long time, so it's one of the first things I wanted to know when I heard about player houses coming in. Been playing since the Burning Crusade. Am I going to have some extra cool bits to add into my house for that?
You should, yeah. If you've been playing for decades, as it sounds like you have, then yeah.
Bom nos consoles? Cara, eu tô surpreso como é que a Microsoft ainda não pediu pra Blizzard fazer, né? Porque, pô, o Final Fantasy XIV faz isso há anos. Ele já provou que dá pra fazer. E fica bom.
Of course, this also comes along with that we don't want to have any of that be exclusive. So if you are just coming into World of Warcraft for the first time in Midnight, none of those should be opportunities that were only accessible to you in 2008 and they're gone. Anybody can go back and get that stuff.
Quantas horas de WoW você tinha, mano? Não faço nem ideia, cara. Mas era muito, mano. Nossa, a gente jogava o dia inteiro. Mas a gente jogava o dia inteiro esporadicamente. Tipo, a gente esperava momentos de férias para poder assinar. E aí, era meses de férias de faculdade jogando pra igual um maluco. Final Fantasy XI tinha pro PS2? Não, mas e jogo bom? Vamos falar jogo bom, né? O Final Fantasy XIV já fazia isso desde o PS3, né? Então, cara, é bizarro como é que a equipe da Blizzard não se movimentou pra poder fazer isso com os consoles.
Showing the cinematic trailer, what's next?
I mean, excited to get back and kind of finish this game. We're going to be talking very soon about our first public alpha tests and then a larger beta to follow. And all of this, you know, getting player feedback, helping polish the game, and building towards a release in early 2026.
Yep, and we're going to be here at Gamescom all week as well. Ian and Maria Hamilton will be talking tomorrow about some of the characters and zones within the expansion in a little bit more detail. And then later on in the week, Ian and I will do a big systems download where we talk about a lot of the systems that make up the game.
Yeah, I was going to ask about like what else can players get involved, like viewers get involved in with World of Warcraft, because you've got so much going on. We mentioned the creator clash earlier. Are there more shows out today? The streams people can go watch as well afterwards?
Yeah, exactly. There's, I think, various live events going on from our stage all week, and then, you know, we're going to keep rolling information out. I think, you know, this yesterday was the beginning of just letting people know what we've been up to, and we're going to have more and more information and opportunities to engage. We'll have, you know, videos, streams, and more just coming all through the fall.
Yeah. Honestly, I can't say thank you enough. Like, from coming on the show last year to talking to us midnight today, Paul, Ian, thank you so much. And also, from tons of new titles coming to Xbox Game Pass, the Final Fantasy VII Remake integrated on Xbox, we've already witnessed so much cool stuff here on day one of Gamescom, and we're not done yet. We're about to get down and dirty with everyone's favorite archaeology professor, but first,
Indiana Jones
with a quick power wash break.
Mas agora vai ter Power... Agora é o jogo que vocês estavam esperando, Power Wash Simulator. É isso. E depois deve ter Indiana Jones, né, pelo que ele falou. Só dar uma olhada aqui no calendário não, na agenda, pra ver o que falta. Já foi o Microsoft Flight Simulator, já foi Dying Light, já foi Keeper, já foi World of Warcraft, já não foi Call of Duty, vai aparecer, já foi Grounded 2, Hotel Barcelona não apareceu, Invincible já apareceu, Chronos não apareceu. Então, ó, falta Chronos, Call of Duty, Hotel Barcelona e o Indiana Jones.
Gosh, it's just so strangely satisfying. And hey,
sente essa trilha? Mano, lembra uma vez que a Square me fez passar esse tormento, cara. Que eles chegaram com um e-mail e falaram assim, pô, que ia ter um negócio de Final Fantasy, né? E, pô, a gente ia te dar uma oportunidade exclusiva de ser um dos primeiros a testar a fase do Final Fantasy Power Wash Simulator. Tava assim, pô, eles vieram todo bonitinho pra falar comigo, né? Eu falei assim, tá bom. Pô, show, vamos ver. Nossa senhora, mano. Eu me senti torturado, cara, com Power Wash Simulator, cara. Não dá, né, aquele jogo. Não dá. Mas assim, pô, eles vieram mó bonitinho falar comigo lá, pra oportunidade bacana pra testar e tal.
To be here. I'm so excited to talk to you. Zeke, it's lovely to meet you for the first time. Axel, it's great to see you again. I'm so happy to be chatting about the new expansion. So, to catch us up, if we haven't already played the game, I mean, first of all, what are you guys doing? I've had a great time playing it, but for those of us who haven't maybe had a chance to dip
Eu queria jogar o Indiana Jones. Quando saiu pro PlayStation 5, eu cheguei a pedir pra Bethesda, porque eu tinha jogado ele no PC, mas eu não tava conseguindo gravar e jogar. E, pô, eu gosto de sempre... Quando eu jogo sem gravar, eu sinto que eu tô perdendo conteúdo. Eu acabo não fazendo muito. Mas aí a Bethesda não mandou.
An extension, so you can start playing it right from the beginning of the, well, not right from the beginning of the game, but as you journey through the Vatican, you it's a natural extension into the plot of the Great Circle, and so.
Tô jogando agora, tá gostando, Rafa?
It fits quite well in.
O que eu vi do jogo, o pouquinho que eu joguei antes do PC desistir da gravação, eu tava gostando.
It's basically about deepening the mystery and the lore about the Nephilim and the Order of Giants, and it takes place and it starts off in the Vatican. That's where the game, the DLC kicks off, and from there we will venture into a lot of new areas, new biomes, new puzzles, new mysteries, a lot of new exciting.
Gravar é igual você colocar a mão no bolso e não sentir o celular. Cara, pra mim é isso, mas eu tava tendo uma discussão dessa. Eu tenho uma discussão dessa direto com outros criadores de conteúdo e todos sentem a mesma coisa. A galera que faz gameplay, né, no caso. Que quando você joga um jogo sem gravar gameplay, parece errado, sabe? É esquisito.
Now, Axel, you're mentioning the Nephilim order, and I really love Locust, obviously, in the first, the main game. But tell us a little bit more about the lore behind the order and the giants we can expect in this game.
Absolutely, and without giving away too many spoilers, because that would be boring, right? But the core premise is that within the Vatican you will encounter this mysterious character, Father Ricci. He is very obsessed with this idea of a secret chamber and a certain artifact and a relic that he's hunting for. And he asks Indiana Jones for help to unravel the mystery of him. And that sets you off on a path where we dig much deeper into the background story and the background lore of the Nephilims and the tribe of giants, and how that connects with both the Vatican and Rome as a whole, but also there are hints and hooks back to the main game.
Got you. Very interesting. So, do you think, would you say the story itself is quite self-contained? How much of that is, or how much does it affect the main game?
Quanto que vai afetar o jogo principal? Isso é interessante. Se é depois, se é separado.
It is self-contained, but it also it's something that you should be able to experience from the first playthrough. As you get through the Vatican, you know, you find Father Ricci.
É algo que você pode experienciar direto na sua primeira playthrough.
If you've already completed the game before, you can come back to the Vatican. He's there.
Se você já completou, você volta pro Vaticano e ele vai estar lá. Então é interessante, eles estão botando uma parada, é como se fosse uma side quest grande, né? Nesse ponto.
I really enjoyed some of the side stories that we would go off and do, the adventures with Indy, or even just snapping some pictures. So lots more of that to look forward to in the Order of Giants.
Oh yeah. So we have like lots of brand new puzzles, lots of new mechanics, new enemies.
Novas mecânicas, novos puzzles, inimigos.
Fresh, you know, new mechanics, and we're not recycling anything.
Eles não estão reciclando nada.
We also have 2 new adventure books that you can find, tons of notes that will give you backstory about the history of the Nephilim and other things. And as Axel has said, this is the kind of content that ties into, you know, the story, you know, from before. Like you'd be able to find out more about some things that you kind of maybe overlooked, and also about the story to come. So, you know, in your journal, you'll have all these notes, and it fits right into, like, you know, that journey of filling the journal from, like, the very first note you pick up in Marshall College all the way to what you find in Iraq.
Heck yeah. Oh, that sounds so exciting. I wanted to ask about the adventure books because I love the way you guys integrated that as a way to level up indie skills and stuff. I wish I could do that. I mean, yeah, I guess reading does help develop new skills, so there we go. But yeah, we can expect to see some more and maybe collect some more in the DLC as well?
Yeah, 2 new adventure books, and of course these are things that you need to go exploring around to be able to find. You know, these are not locked. These aren't just like standing out in the open, but you need to go exploring, find little puzzles, solve mysteries, and it fits right into the, you know, the whole idea of being Indiana Jones, being curious and always open for discovery.
Got you. You guys must be so
smart. Tem os
smart
adventure
doing
books que eles falou, né? Tem 2 adventure books que você pode ir achando.
Crafting these ones. Wow. I'm jealous. So let's talk a little bit about the process of creating the expansion itself and the development. Maybe Axel, you can start us off. How did the success of the main game and the Great Circle inform your decisions going forward into the DLC?
Yeah, so it's always been the plan to kind of deepen the story and dive deeper into the aspects that we do have in the DLC. And with that being a very conscious choice, we also could make sure that we had good integration. So the game,
falando em GOT, né? O Indiana Jones saiu
within the Vatican. And
tardio no ano passado. Ele está elegível para concorrer esse ano, né?
Point of view to actually function. There's a lot of hard work from engineers and designers that's just working under the hood, that it's basically this kind of seamless transition into a DLC. So
foi 9 de dezembro,
there's a lot of hard work that has been ongoing to make sure that you don't really notice that we are swapping out maps and doing a lot of technical mumbo jumbo. But it's in the end, it is this kind of seamless transition that we always aim to have. And I think that part of that conscious choice very early on helped us making sure that the experience in the end, when you play the DLC, is that it fits perfectly within the Great Circle experience.
Mídia elegendo Among Us em ano que ele não tinha sido lançado. Por aí vai.
I had such a blast with the first one as well, especially with the puzzles and also just uncovering the Vatican and all of the locations we went. And even some of the performances were just so incredible. I was not to name drop, but I was lucky enough to talk to Troy, Baker and Marius, obviously, about their characters in Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. And Troy was saying about how the main point from himself and also from you guys developing it was to really put the player in Indiana's shoes. It's not Troy Baker's Indiana, it's yourself, it's the player's Indiana. So that's so cool. And coming on to the players and how they've enjoyed the game, how do you think the community feedback has really helped shape the Order of Giants going forward and a lot of the decisions you guys have made?
I mean, at Machine Games, it's always important. We always listen. We love to get, community feedback or player feedback, to hear from the fans. And one thing that stood out to us after releasing The Great Circle was that the thing that we really wanted to try to convey with this game was things that were appreciated by the fans as well. And when listening in on certain aspects, like could this be tweaked,
could this be polished, amanhã tem mais, pô. Desanima não, amanhã tem mais.
But we did already obviously had a very strong vision and a plan.
Inclusive eu tava olhando aqui uma coisa, ó.
But there are a lot of micro decisions within the DLC and the development of it that is in relation to
o jogo teve maior apresentação do negócio, sendo que ele estava marcado para amanhã, mano. A galera que fez essa agenda aqui tá maluca, velho.
There are sections within the DLC that is even of higher quality than the main game. Yes, given to the fact that we had more time to polish certain aspects.
I would say it was a really great place to be in terms of confidence on development side, on design side. Like being off the base game and going right into DLC, all of the level designers really had a nice chance to just start making new puzzles from, after years of working on a lot of content that had been started long before. We had a lot of new people join, and so this was their first time to get to take a puzzle from start to finish, and it was just, having the success behind it was, and all the fans saying that they wanted more was just the greatest impetus. It was nice.
Yeah, that sounds really refreshing as well, really gearing up. I love that. Well, speaking of developing it, and Zeke, maybe you can give us a little bit of insight behind the curtains and what the team were up to. Was there any fun fan favorite moments from or experiences that you could share with us from the team about making Order of Giants?
I was thinking, I think getting one of my favorite parts about developing the core game, and I think this plays into the DLC a good bit, was just we have all this stuff that you're able to use to beat up bad guys. It's a shovel, it's a plunger, it's a shower brush, and this is a sort of thing that we had early in the game, and just as we started to develop it, it's oh, this is super fun. And at some point we realized later in development, we need to have more and more stuff, but nobody had made that list. one day the
Fala aí,
associate
Bruno,
game
você vai cobrir a
director,
Future Game Show?
stopped board, and he was
Confirmadíssimo.
like, hey,
15
you
para
guys
as
just
3
have this,
estamos aqui. Será que o evento
150
vai acabar antes de 15
weapons
das
I'd like
3?
to
Esse
suggest.
aqui?
And so
Não
I think
sei.
that carried on through, you know, the base game, and actually as we started into the DLC, it was just like, what are we going to be able to hit?
Sei lá porque esse cara me lembra aquele canal de Kingdom Hearts, Gamer Joint. Pior que ele parece uma versão mais velha dele mesmo, tipo um tio dele. Parece mesmo.
Well, I have to ask, guys, when and how can we access the new update?
Yeah, so on September 4th, it's out. If you have premium or premium upgrade or the collector's edition, you will be able to just access that. If you only have like the base version of the game, it will be accessible and you can purchase it as a standalone as well. But you need to have the base game to be able to enjoy the DLC.
Okay,
tem que ter o jogo base para jogar DLC, não é dessa forma, né?
Theme song stuck in my head all over again. I can't wait.
Nice.
Well, Axel, Zeke, it's been so much fun chatting all things Order of Giants. Congratulations again on the main game. Can't wait to play it, and maybe we should go over to the Indiana Jones booth over there and have a look at the puzzles there.
Yeah,
but
indeed.
yeah, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Now, from ourselves here at the Xbox at Gamescom broadcast, we have a very special edition of the official Call of Duty podcast. But first, we're about to fall into the disturbing world of Chronos, the New Dawn, the latest nightmare from Bluebird Team. I can't wait to play. Let's join the Traveler and their
podcast do Call of Duty
and enjoy some never-before-seen gameplay.
Hello, my name is Wojciech Pinko and I'm a game director of Chronos, the New Dawn. And today I'll be your guide through the abandoned factory, which actually was a ground zero for the disease, the change that wiped out humanity. So let's quickly bind weapons to shortcuts.
Temos ali uma pistola, uma escopeta e uma metralha.
And let's go.
A gente tinha visto naquela outra gameplay, né, que as armas, ela tem um núcleo, né?
Which will be really
e ele
important.
vai mudando.
And the first enemy. No signs of life. I think we are safe. So let's move forward.
Esse Chrono já apareceu demais. Ele tá naquele ponto que a gente chegou a comentar, né? Já
guys
vendeu o
are
jogo.
definitely alive. Combat in Chronos may be quite challenging, and the enemies can hit hard and merge. Yeah, that shot prevented the merge.
Deu tirão carregado.
And the biomass can also spawn monsters, so be aware wherever you are. And this guy also wanted to merge, but not on our watch. Let's use the flamethrower to interrupt the merge, stun the enemy,
usou o fogo para poder interromper.
We are calling it the hammer. And the new one. I think
Caraca,
this
o bicho
one
25 mil braços.
Yeah, it's the puker. He has
The
a range
puker?
attack, so
O
let's
vomitador?
get far away and use a barrel to destroy the enemies. Like, using environment is also super important. Don't forget that you can also charge your weapons. So please notice that the Traveler sometimes presses the trigger to fire a single bullet, but also sometimes charges it, so the bullet will have more damage, but will also got a piercing ability.
Falou que de repente carregando algumas pode ter a habilidade de você atravessar o inimigo.
The shotgun increases the spread when you're charging the weapon.
Mas a escopeta você aumenta o spread, né? A espalhada do tiro que dá. Então você acerta mais do que um inimigo ao mesmo tempo, eu acho.
And the big guy just woke up. This
lá. Não, e aumenta ali
charged, and we got hit. And let's switch weapon to the submachine gun.
Metralha.
The
Qual
big
que é o
guy
efeito da
wants to
metralha?
merge. So again, using a flamethrower to interrupt the merge. Remember, don't let them merge.
Não deixar eles
also
se
the canister that
fundirem.
was set in the environment and the enemy is gone. It's worth to exploring the area to find supply boxes left by the collective.
Inimigos do
and other travelers.
Revelations? Pô, pior que lembra um pouco, né, esses tentáculos dele.
So the trick is that the collective is sending only one traveler at a time. to not too much with the time flow, since they are, of course, jumping in time. So the game, starts when your predecessor went off radar, and then you are picking up his mission. Let's squeeze through, and I can hear some monsters. Oh, and the soul, the essence of someone we extracted before is talking to us.
A essência de alguém que a gente extraiu antes está conversando com ele.
Oh, the Joe grabbed us. We called this monster Joe. It's like a sticking or being attached to a wall, ceilings, and it can grab you as a traps. But you can hear them always, like, yeah, there is one
sempre
more.
Dá para ouvir eles.
And now, he will not grab us. We can safely loot the place. Less biomass, a good sign. Oh no, there is more. And we can hear roars, so more jaws will be here. So let's squeeze in and look for them. Yeah, there's one. Charge shot.
Tá atento com esses bichos aí, mano. Ele atirou ali só pra poder, né, limpar a passagem.
And more growls means that the area isn't clear yet. Yes.
Tem mais ali.
One more charge shot, one more down. And I don't hear them anymore. I think this sector is clear. So we can grab more ammo. And let's go back. Oh, this one has spikes on its body. It means that, yeah, it's more powerful than previous monsters. He hit really hard. Reposition is a key to victory in Chronos. Yeah, you need to act fast. Yeah, charge your weapons like this. That was a juicy shot. And the shower area. This body has tentacles on it. It means that it may be absorbed by the other monsters.
Ele viu os cadáveres dos monstros que estão no caminho.
Here they come. Let's grab a flamethrower.
Pode ser para os outros monstros absorverem, então tem que tomar cuidado com isso também.
Oh yeah. Now we can interrupt merge again. And stomp.
Atirou na perna para poder pisar.
Not for long. The gates are detecting monsters and they are sometimes closing you with them, but if you dispatch them, the gates will open. Those gates are also built by other travelers to lock some areas infested by the monsters.
Pegando os remedinhos. Tá tendo bastante recurso ali, né?
Oh, and we are in more open space. There are some tents left here by the military that was trying to fight with the outbreak of the disease. And there is a barrel. I will use it to burn the biomass and get in the secret area. Shell patch.
Mais um remedinho. Ele tá bem de recurso. Olha! O cara tá bem pra caramba. É que a maioria disso aí é energia, né? Que a gente viu que é aquele recurso de comprar
the armored enemy. Its body is covered with the armor, so you need to aim at the exposed parts. Oh yeah, you can see that the bullets are bouncing off the armor, but I think the chest is exposed, so yeah.
Ele tem uma armadura, mas ele falou que a parte do peitoral dele estava exposta.
And this stance seems clear. So as a traveler, you must constantly be aware of your surroundings. Like loot every place you can. Also, you can craft some ammunition, for example.
Tá cheio. Vai craftar.
We need to make a space for more crafting materials. So yeah, torch fuel also will be needed.
Fez ali a tochinha pra queimar.
Now we can grab more
mais
remédio.
Cara, pra que tanto remédio, cara? Rapaz.
Use a health patch to heal ourselves. And let's delve into the rest of the factory.
Será que ele tá sabendo que vai ter algum conflito difícil aí pra ter tanto remédio?
Isolation zone. Doesn't sound good. I think that's a great place to stop. Thank you.
E é isso. E o jogo já vai lançar, né? Dia 5 de setembro, daqui a 2 semaninhas. E aqui, o Call of Duty. Agora vocês estão preparados? A galera lá, né, a menina lá, ela falou que vai ser uma edição especial do podcast do Call of Duty. Eu falei, meu, ó, tem um podcast do Call of Duty, cara. Olha o Joe Beats. Demorou, né? A gente tava esperando esse aumento chegar aí depois de a gente ter ouvido do Xbox. Inevitavelmente uma hora ia chegar pro PlayStation, né? Agora a gente torcer. A Nintendo tá também com preço alto lá. Mas não aumentou do Switch 2, ele aumentou do Switch 1 com o OLED. Ele tá quase o mesmo preço do Switch 2. Espero que eles não aumentem do Switch 2 também, né?
Of Black Ops 7 happened last night at Opening Night Live, and it was incredible.
It was a big one, and we have a huge amount of information to get through today about Black Ops 7. Tons of juicy details and
Eles ouviram isso? A gente tem muita, mas muita quantidade de informação para poder passar hoje.
Joining us later in this show, but yes, at ONL we got the very first look at Black Ops 7, which is coming later this year, and there's so much to get into. There's so much content. This game has so much to talk about, and this is just kind of the tip of it.
Eu fiquei sabendo que a transmissão terminou, rapaziada, e daqui a pouco vai começar a Future Game Show. Eu fiquei sabendo que daqui a pouco vai começar a Future Game Show. Então, eles resolveram encerrar um pouquinho mais cedo a transmissão, porque, pô, o pessoal já viu muito do Call of Duty, né? Acho que não precisa de um podcast. E eles acharam que seria melhor encerrar a live por aqui hoje, da transmissão, pra que a galera tenha tempo de comer antes de chegar a Future Game Show. Então, muito interessante isso, cara. Eu achei bem legal essa consideração que a equipe do Xbox e da Activision fizeram aqui pra gente. Porque, né, é legal, né? Mas é isso, rapaziada. Pô, espero que vocês tenham curtido aqui a live. Lembrando pra vocês que daqui a pouco, né, são 1h30 aqui agora, então daqui a 1h e pouquinha, às 2h45, nós vamos estar aqui pra cobrir a Future Game Show. Future Game Show está com Resident Evil Hacking, né, o 9, na capa. E apesar de não estar na capa do evento, eles prometeram que ia ter Phantom Blade 0 também. Então a gente pode ver uma gameplayzinha nova deles lá. Espero com que o que a gente veja do Resident Evil Hacking seja alguma coisinha nova, mas talvez seja só aquela gameplay que foi liberada um pouco mais cedo que a gente fez o react. Então, vai saber. Então é isso, rapaziada. Um leve breakzinho aqui pra gente poder almoçar e já 2h45 voltamos aqui pra cobrir a Future Game Show. Assim que eu encerrar, eu já vou abrir o evento e vocês devem receber a notificação aí pra vocês. Beleza, rapaziada? Então, mandar um salve pra galera que tá aqui com a gente desde o começo até o final. Ó. Salve pro nosso querido Joe Beats, o Cachorro Quente. Nossa, agora deu um cachorro quente aqui. Eu falei o Stary. Estamos aqui também com o Anderson Gomes, o Alan Pereira. Um salve aí pro Alex Horror Games, Aldeia Gamer. Estamos aqui também com o Felipe Cante, o Zequinha GC. Salve pro Zequinha aí. É isso aí, rapaziada. Valeu, Rafael. Até daqui a pouco, clã. Valeu, Summer. Um abraço. E nos vemos em breve. Valeu!